Hey everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi, hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Today we are here with a little WIP and chat, responding to your comments from some of my previous videos. So this is your first time watching one of these. Essentially, we'll do a normal WIP and chat where I'm just working on a kit, but I'm going to go through and respond to comments from previous videos and give them a little heart and a like, and try to get through as many of them as I can. I try to get through and get caught up with quite a few. So yeah, before we get started, we'll go ahead and talk about what I've got going on here. So this is a Jaded Gem Shop kit, and this is Borealis by Henry Clive. It's a round drill canvas. It's 80 by 95 centimeters. I finished the opposite half that you're looking at, so I flipped the canvas around, so I'm working on it upside down. And then I'm going to work my way down to meet myself in the middle. It's just a little unwieldy, kind of having it sit in my lap so much. So typically I'll flip a canvas at a certain point or turn it a different direction on the craft table. So we're working top down now. So I placed a few colors and I was like, let me go ahead and do a little WIP and chat. So we're just going to keep going with this section that I'm working on here. As far as my accessories go, I've got my Mooney Made single and placing branded tray here. It's one of the magic colors. So I've got that, and then I have my funnel from Bella Art de Nicole, and then my pen is from Enabler's Outpost. I've got this multi-placer, a 4-placer here, and a single placer from Diamond Art Club, and then the putty that I'm using is from Mary Mud, and it is the jelly beans scent. So I've got that going as well. I've got some peppermint tea next to me, so I might have to stop and get a refill of that at a certain point. But yeah, let's go ahead and pour out our first color so we can get started. And we're going to be working with DMC 152, and there's just a couple of those in this section. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Claire Cruz 4639 said in regards to my most recent stash video, "Hi, I enjoyed your video. Would you mind telling me where you purchased your boxes for your diamond paintings? I also have to move and need to get organized." Yeah, absolutely. So I will go ahead and put the link to those. I got them from Amazon. I'll put the link to those in the description box if I can remember. If you don't see it there, just message me directly and I will get that to you directly, but I will try to remember that for you. But yeah, I really like those white boxes. They're super sturdy and they hold large diamond paintings, small diamond paintings, and all the drills. So they're a nice size. I used them for a previous D stash, and now I just use them to move some of my kits. So yeah, thanks for the comment. I appreciate it. Jessica Addis 4308 said, "I just did an update on my stash and I was like, oh my god, it really sneaks up. Happy New Year." That was in regards to my stash video. Yeah, it does. Before you know it, it's like time to do a stash video or time to get organized, and it's like, oh my gosh, how do I have so many? But luckily my stash did shrink a little bit between the one that I just did and then I did one over the summer of 2023, and I had 30 fewer kits this time than I did last time, which is good. Oh yeah, sorry, we're working with DMC 797 now. These are Jaded Gem Shop uses resin round drills, so they're really nice to work with, and they fit the drill field just perfectly, which I love. They just sit really nice up together. There's a decent amount of confetti in this kit, so I am having to single place a pretty decent amount on this kit, but I do get little moments of being able to put down like 5, 6, 8 drills at a time, which is nice, but it's also a lot of single placing. So yeah, thank you so much for the comment. Mia's Life with KFS. "Hi Mia," said in regards to the stash video, "Someone would think you like Yume and Ivy. Great stash video, Anthony." Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I am a collector of a couple of artists where I just want all of their images, and Ivy Dollamore and Yume Art are definitely two of them. And I need to start working on some more of those kits so I, have some finishes from both of those artists. I have a couple from each. I think I'm up to 5 or 6 from Ivy Dollamore, and then like 3 or 4 from Yume Art. So I'm gonna keep going on them. And now Henry Clive is another one from Jaded Gem Shop that I really like. So this is my second Henry Clive canvas, but I think I have another 4 or 5 in my stash. But yeah, I'll be definitely trying to work on more of those in the coming months, years. I got a lot to get through, but thank you so much, Mia, for the comment. I appreciate it. Manx Arts and Crafts says in regards to the stash video, I'm all about the Yumeis as well, and I agree. Jenny Lee is top of my list of new artists as well. Yeah, there's there's that newer artist Jenny Lee on Diamond Art Club now, and they've done 2 releases from Jenny Lee, I believe. One of them is called Path of Light, and then I forget what the other one is. I think it might be called like something Temple. No, not Secret Temple. That's a different one. I forget what it's called, but there's another one from Jenny Lee that I have as well. So those are on my short list to start soon. I just need to free up some storage space on those so I can storage space so I can actually kit them up. So yeah, thank you so much for the comment. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take a quick break. It is, I believe, 3 degrees outside right now, and so the heater is working overtime, and it actually got a little, not too warm for me, but Apollo was sitting over here panting because the heat is going. So I stopped to turn the heat down a little bit to make it more comfortable for him, and then I gave him a treat, and I decided to make some more tea while I was at it. So yeah, I let him outside to go potty this morning, and it was, I think, about like 5 degrees this morning, and I let him out to go potty. I came back inside. I was hanging out for a little bit, went to go let him out, and he's once again laid down in the snow trying to sleep, and I'm like, I know he loves it, but I don't want him to like freeze out there. So I had to be like, hey, come on, come back inside. You can't sleep out in the 5-degree weather. So he like reluctantly got up and came inside, and he's been hanging out, but I think the heater was getting to him. So turned it down a little bit. I'll have to turn it back up. I hate when it like fluctuates so crazy in the house, but anyway, Jenny Lee, yeah, awesome artist. Thank you so much, Mank Arts and Crafts, for the comment. Kelly Queen QT8YH, in regards to my stash video, said, I so enjoyed this video. It also inspired me to organize my stash. Happy New Year, Anthony. Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much for the comment. That's awesome that it encouraged you to organize your stash. I like to do it it seems like every 6 months or so, but the impetus this time was the fact that I'm moving in 3 weeks, and so I really needed to kind of start getting stuff together, and that's kind of the game plan after this WIP and chat today, is to actually start packing up some of the stuff that I don't use that often and just kind of deep clean each room as I go through it. That way when it is time to move, I can just grab and go is the game plan. We'll see how successful I am, but that's the plan right now. Go ahead and dump the rest of these in here. Beep, beep, beep. We're starting to get some of these colors. We're starting to get down to like the last dregs of the drills that were in the container, and so anytime that happens, I'm like trying to get them all scrunched up so I can try to multi-place with them or just get them all lined up. It's that last like couple hundred drills on a kit that I'm always like fussing with in the tray because there's not enough to get like a good line going. So I like have to keep shaking it and keep reorganizing the drills to try to get them where I want them to be. But yeah, we're coming down to the tail end of this blue color here. I think there's just this little section and maybe another little area that has it, and then we'll be done. So yeah, thank you so much, Kelly. Cheryl941, hi Cheryl, said in regards to the stash video, I love your collection. I am the proud owner of your recent D stash. Oh, gift of the Bacante Distracted by Diamonds kit. It's stunning and it was fun to finish. I have it hanging in my craft room. Oh, awesome. Yay. You got one of my D stash kits from over the summer. I'm glad that you worked on it and got to finish it. If I remember, that's the one that has blue cheese and wine and grapes and stuff. And I remember saying during the D-stash that I want to, or during my last stash video over the summer, that it would be cool to diamond paint blue cheese. But at the end of the day, it just ended up being one that I was like, I'm not sure when I'm going to get to this. So I wanted to give it a good home, and I'm glad that you got it. So yeah, thank you so much for the comment. Tala Gilbert 2776 in regards to the stash video said, I'm with you on the Jenny Lee pieces. I bought one of those and think they would be beautiful companion pieces. Yes, I think they will too. Thank you for the comment. Leslie Diamond Paints said, currently at 115 kits in their stash plus 2 whips. DAC is so tempting, aren't they? I'm definitely slowing down in purchases. Thank you for your video. Yeah, of course. Yeah, DAC is Diamond Art Club is definitely the shop that gets me the most, and it's mainly because they do like production runs of a kit, so they order them and have them in their warehouse to send out to you in advance, which makes it nice because shipping's faster, but it means that there's a certain amount that they've produced, right? So they tend to sell out if they're really popular kits. Whereas other shops that I shop from, for instance, Jaded Gem Shop, they order their kits from the manufacturer based off of what you buy. So they don't just have them sitting around. You order it, they order it from their manufacturer, and then it comes to them. The good thing about that is that there really isn't a point at where a kit would sell out, quote unquote, because they're making them to order. And it's helpful for me because then I know, like, okay, I don't have to scramble to snag a Jaded Gem Shop kit or image when it's released because I'm not worried about it selling out. Sometimes the licensing with the artist will expire or they'll decide to discontinue a kit, but it doesn't happen as frequently as with like a Diamond Art Club where you kind of need to get it, otherwise you're going to have to wait for it to be on a restock, or you have to go to some of the D-stash groups, which I know there's some stuff going on in the resale market that people aren't super happy about. So I tend to avoid it. There's only been one kit that I've purchased on a reseller group, and it was because it was a limited edition from Diamond Art Club and they weren't going to make it anymore. And that's my mystery kit from Ivy Dollamore. That's the only time that I've purchased a kit off of a resale group or a D-stash. Everything else I just get straight from the shop. And I think I've also won a kit in a prize giveaway for an event. That's the only other one that I haven't purchased directly from a shop, or the shop sent it to me to do an unboxing. Other than that, I just buy them straight from the shop. I'm not opposed to the secondary seller or the reseller method if it's a kit that I really, really want. But yeah, it's just sometimes the prices that folks are asking it doesn't mean that it's too much, that they're asking too much in general. It just might be too much for me. So if you can afford it and you really want it, I don't see the problem with it. But I do also see where people tend to take advantage of how desirable a kit is. And I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. You know, like I said, if it's something that's limited edition or you can't get your hands on anymore, I see where that price can come from. But sometimes, like I said, it seems like people really take advantage of that situation. So yeah, I might talk about that topic a little bit more on like a vlog or something about my feelings about reselling diamond paintings and some of the issues that come along with it. But I personally don't have like a hard and fast dislike for it. I have mixed feelings, but anyway, thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. That was Leslie Diamond Paints. Thank you. Gina4060 in regards to my stash video said, "You have great taste." Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And My Happy Place with Kim E1430 in regards to that stash video said, "Hey Anthony, wow, great stash video. You do like your canvases large. I do buy those large sizes, but if truth be told, they definitely intimidate me." Yeah, they can intimidate me for sure. I almost always, like especially with Jaded Gem Shop, I always just go for the largest size, and I almost always go for the full image and I don't do the crop. I think the only cropped image I have from Jaded Gem Shop is The Last Supper, because the full image was just a ton of background and I liked just focusing on the actual table and the subjects and everything. So that's why I did a crop there, but otherwise I'll try to go for the full size image. And whether I get a round drill or a square drill from Jade, I always get the biggest size. So I like the big canvases, I like the detail, I like the challenge. They can feel a little intimidating. The Last Supper is definitely going to be an intimidating kit to work on, but I just try to take it one section at a time. I try to incorporate smaller kits into my WIPs. That way, if I do want to, I do feel like I want to feel like I'm making good progress on a particular piece, I'll snag a smaller kit so I feel like I'm moving quickly on at least one that I'm working on. But yeah, I do tend to go for the larger canvases. We're going to grab DMC 318 now. There's just a few of those. Just like a light gray. I love the colors. It's a rainbow of colors in this kit. This little section that we're working on happens to be kind of the fuchsias, a little purple, a little blue, and then we're going to start seeing some kind of sea foam aqua colors and some darker blues, but there's also whole sections that are like bright red and bright yellow because it's kind of this like rainbowy aurora borealis effect. And what's funny is I don't have any ABs, aurora borealis drills, on the kit called Borealis. I didn't order it with those, but I am going to do some enhancement to her lips once I get there. I'll do some ABs and some sparklers and stuff, so that'll be the one area that has a little bit extra. We're moving on to DMC 597 now. Once again, just a little smattering of those. But thank you so much for the comment. Like and heart it. Michelle Calendar says, "I'm so glad to see Apollo doesn't have the cone anymore. I hope he's completely healed and feeling better." This is in regards to my vlog episode 49. Yes, he is. He's doing well. He's a little trooper. He's got, it's still kind of scabbing over, so like the little scabby bits are coming off and like in pieces, which I'm not a huge fan of, but you can see the pink new skin underneath now. It still doesn't look that great, but the hair is growing back up around it, so hopefully it'll get covered up eventually. And then some of the hair that's been growing out has the glue on it from when they glued his little head back together. Sorry if this is TMI. So I'm most likely going to take him to a groomer once he's fully healed. I'm going to probably give it a few more weeks to really get the hair to grow out. Let me put where are all my twos? Right here. So I'll do that if I'm having to reach over the drill field, the adhesive, so my hand doesn't stick to it so bad. I don't mind my hand and my wrist sticking to the canvas when I'm placing drills, when I'm just going to town. And from my experience, I haven't lost any like stickiness from that on the canvas, but for the purposes of filming, I'm sure people don't want to hear my wrist pulling away from the canvas adhesive, and it does get a little annoying when there's a huge section that I'm putting my hand down on. So I just use a double-sided release paper to cover up the areas that I'm not working on. That way I'm not sticking to it. And that's kind of how I do it. But yeah, he's healing up great. It still looks a little rough, but it's getting better every day, and he's not scratching at it or anything. And like I said, I'll take him to the groomer we're gonna have to snip off those pieces of hair, unfortunately, that do have that glue stuck to it because it's like blue and it's kind of matted. So he'll need some gussying up when everything's all healed up, but he's doing good. He's doing good. So yeah, thank you so much for the comment. Lisa Noof, in regards to that same vlog, said, "Hi Anthony, I bet Apollo is happy with the cone off. Regarding doing beginner videos, I think that's a great idea because there's always new people starting this wonderful craft and you're nice to listen to." Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate the comment. Yeah, I mentioned in that vlog that I'm going to be putting together my own little series of like how to diamond paint or diamond painting for beginners, and then how to like level up your diamond painting. So I need to kit up the kit that I'm going to be using for those videos. I don't think I'm going to do that until after I move. I already have enough kitted up and going on right now that I don't want to take that on just yet, but once I get moved in and get settled, then that'll be one of the first series that I try to work on. We're going to be using DMC 3848 now. This is one of my favorite colors in this whole kit. It's like a nice bright teal. So we're just going to go through and get some of these placed. But yeah, that's a series of videos that I have in the works or I have planned. And then I already started filming my comparing diamond painting pen tips video. It's just going to take a while. So essentially what I'm doing is grabbing a brand of pen tips. I started with the Everlasting Tips, and I'm working on a section of a round drill canvas and then a section of a square drill canvas with those, and then making notes on my experience using them. And then I'll compare that with three other styles of pen tips that I have in my stash. So I filmed the Everlasting Tips one already, and the next one is probably going to be just the plain plastic pen tips that just come free in your Diamond Art Club kit. So I'm going to work with those and then move on to my Amazon pen tips, and then I'll finish with probably my Diamond Art Club metal pen tips, which is what I'm using right now. So if it gives you a spoiler, I'm currently not using the Everlasting Tips, so they didn't end up blowing me away enough to abandon my Diamond Art Club ones, but you'll see the full results in the video. I'm probably not going to keep filming that one until I move because I honestly I want to make good progress on the kits that the WIPs that I currently have going, and I like the Diamond Art Club pen tips the most so far in the comparison. So I'm kind of focused on just working up my kits as opposed to like stopping and filming time lapses and stuff. So I'll get back to that once I move, and I'm fine making some slower progress because it does kind of slow me down having to switch pen tips and stop and write notes and all of that stuff. So just for speed's sake and getting as much done as I can before I move, I'm probably just gonna use my Diamond Art Club ones and work up as much of my kits as I can. So yeah, thank you so much. From Be Happy BC ROCI Barosi, Be Happy Brosi. In regards to my unboxing of Inner Garden by Yume Art and Diamond Art Club, the single and placing jingle plus hands gets me every time. Oh yeah, I'm glad you like it. This was one of the ones I grabbed on Black Friday too, and I love her tuning in for any whips that you do. Yeah, I'll probably be doing some whip and chats for that. I got a couple requests to do some whip and chats with that kit. So yeah, I'll try to. It's a big kit, so I'm sure I'll be doing something with it. Some of my smaller projects, I end up not filming videos with them. Like right now, well, I guess I am, but I'm working on a little side project right now. It's Sitara by Micah Jelena and Diamond Art Club. I'm working on that kit just kind of on the side right now, but I'm using that as part of my pen tips comparison. So I guess I am filming videos with that one. But yeah, sometimes the smaller projects that only take me a few days to work up, I end up not filming any videos with it. I do an unboxing and then I'm like, finish and review, it's done, because I just crank through them pretty quickly. But I'm pretty certain that Inner Garden will require some more time. I did kit that up recently, so it is kitted up and ready to go. I just don't know when I'll get to it. It's certainly going to be probably sometime in the spring, if not summer or even later, who knows, because I have some other stuff going on. But it is kitted up and it is ready to be worked on when I'm ready to get started on it. So we shall see, but I'll definitely incorporate some content while I'm working on that kit for sure. So thank you so much for the comment. In regards to my whip in chat responding to your comments part 4, Penguin00476 said, "You are amazing." Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. In regards to my vlog episode 89, Lisa Corona 6077 said, "Anthony, please don't discount your value as a diamond painter who adds value to the craft. I love your point of view and the variety of artwork you make us aware of. You don't follow the crowd and work on mermaids and witches. Keep doing what you do. Keep being you." Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I had mentioned in that that vlog that I was kind of surprised by how many newer diamond painters find my channel as like one of the first channels they discover when they start looking at YouTube content for diamond painting. Kind of surprised me because I personally don't think of myself as like a big content creator. So I usually, people usually stumble upon my channel after they've been watching content for a while, and their YouTube will be like, "Suggested video, since you've watched all these, maybe you'll like this one." That's usually how I think people find me, but seeing some folks that are like, "I'm brand new to diamond painting and I found your channel when I started looking up content," I'm like, "Oh, hey, cool." So yeah, I do value myself, and I take a lot of pride in the content that I'm able to put out, and I take a lot of joy in what I do here on YouTube. So yeah, I didn't mean to come off like that. It's more of like, I was just more surprised by the folks that find me straight out of the gate. I just didn't think that. So it's cool. It's a good feeling for sure. Let's go ahead and place this here for now. Well, thank you so much for the comment. In regards to that same vlog, Chris Johnson 2569 said, "Hi Anthony and Apollo, congratulations on your 90 days sober. What great and understanding friends you have. No cone. Yeah, enhancement drills would be interesting. Does that mean a different type of drills? I haven't seen anyone doing a video about that. It's just interesting to see different ways people set up, waxes, putties they prefer, trays they like, etc. Since I started in August, I've watched a lot of diamond painters, but only subscribed to 2, now 3. I'm ordering a 6 multi-placer from Diamond Art Club. The metal tip I'm using now is okay, but wish the sides were thinner. I enjoy your vlogs. Different and fun to walk around with Apollo and you. Have a great weekend. Take care." Oh, thank you so much, Chris, and you as well. So yeah, as far as the enhancement drills, yeah, I'll do a video. I've done one previously, like early on when I started my channel, of how I use DP with sparklers and enhancement drills, but I'm happy to do another one, and I probably will with this beginners series. But yeah, it's essentially like, if you're not familiar with what enhancement drills means, it's like the crystals and the ABs and the metallic drills, like all the things that aren't just a normal DMC color are what I consider enhancement drills. So some companies will include some of those in their kits by default, so it's a little bit easier to, place them or put them where they're supposed to go because they're just there on the canvas ready for you, or charted. But you can also order from a la carte places like DP with Sparklers and do your own enhancements or adjustments to the canvas. So you'll decide, okay, I want to take this teal and turn it into something else. I really like doing that, not on all of my canvases, but I like having kits that I can do that with because I find using DP with sparklers to be really engaging, and I am always drawn towards figuring out which colors I can swap out, that type of thing. Certain artwork and artists I wouldn't necessarily do it for just because of the style, but I try to at least have one WIP that I'm working on that has a bunch of fun stuff on it. Just I enjoy it, so it's yet another way to kind of change things up. So yeah, and then you're ordering the 6 multi-placer from DAC. I have that one as well. What I've noticed with the Diamond Art Club metal multi-placers, and a lot of people have commented on this, is they're not like perfectly sized for the number that they say that it's for. So this 4 placer can actually pick up 5 if I'm really intentional about where I'm placing it in the tray, I can sometimes get 5. It works a lot better with the squares from Diamond Art Club, especially the new 20 facet ones. I can always pick up 5 of them with my 4 placer, and then the 6 can get 7, you know, so on and so forth. So it's almost like a 6.5 placer, a 4.5 placer, and sometimes that's a good thing depending on the drills, and other times it's not ideal to have that extra space there, and I'll discuss that when we do the comparison video. But it's kind of it's a little bit of a catch-22 there, but we'll talk about it more. But thank you so much for the comment. In regards to my WIP in chat responding to my comments part 4, Speechcrafts says, I can only use a 4 placer. I've tried a higher number, but I haven't been successful, so I'll stick with the 4. I went to Ulta yesterday because I was given a gift card. I had no clue to pick because I never go in there, but I kept thinking what would Anthony say was good and what would Anthony think would work, so you went with me yesterday. Glad Apollo is doing better. Iced unsweetened tea is my drink of choice with meals, but I usually drink coffee during my WIPs or when they're diamond painting. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for the comment. Yeah, I am a big fan of exploring skincare and just like personal care items, like even hair care and body care. I'm into like researching ingredients and formulations and new releases from companies and stuff. It's something that I've been into for a number of years now. And I do have a skincare YouTube channel. Not very active on it anymore, but there is probably some valuable information if you're just starting out, like trying to build a skincare routine. There might be some useful information there for you. I'll try to, once again, link that down below if you want to take a look. The info is a little old because it's been a while, but there's a lot of companies and products that I mentioned that still are produced. I'm 37, 36? 36, 37. And I have a kind of combination. Certain areas are oily, certain areas are dry. I deal with acne, adult acne, and just like clogged pores, blackheads, that type of thing. And scarring, like dark spots from like acne and stuff. So I'm a big proponent of sun care and sunscreen, all of that good stuff. And there's a lot of information there. So yeah, thank you so much for the comment. Alicia T61, in regards to my responding to comments part 4, said, Hi Anthony, Happy New Year. I've been to the Celestial Seasonings Tea Factory several years ago when I was out there on business. What a fun tour. Loved the mint room. My favorite Celestial Seasonings tea is Bengal Spice, and not just because there's a tiger on the box. Very warm and comforting. I've had that one before. I really like that. I need to get that one next time. I'm starting to already run low on a few boxes of tea that I bought right around Christmas. So I need to get back over there. I like the factory because the pricing isn't higher. Like they don't raise the prices because it's at the factory and in their gift shop. They keep them the same as what you'd find in the grocery store, if not a little bit cheaper. So that was really nice. So I need to go over there soon and stock up so I have some more teas. But right now I'm drinking, I think it's called Black Peppermint or Peppermint Power or something like that. It's one of their black teas, a black peppermint tea. It's really good. I'll make a batch of it in like a big mason jar that I have here, let it brew, and then fill the rest up with cold water. So I just have more of it and it's not piping hot. It's more, not iced, but close. It's tepid tea. And then I'll finish like half of it and then I'll go put some more water in it. It waters it down obviously a little bit, but I still like the taste of it. So I'll just keep doing that until it really doesn't taste like much, and it just encourages me to drink more water. So as you can see, I was able to pick up 5 there with the 4 placer. So you can do that sometimes with the Diamond Art Club 4 placer. You just have to kind of line up the drills just right. And we're working with DMC 3808 right now. But yeah, thank you so much for the comment. In regards to my vlog episode 89, Geraldine Lewis 9154 said, Hi Anthony, Happy New Year to you. Yes, keep going with your non-drinking. You can do it. I have my oldest son who has been sober for 36 years. Oh, awesome. If he can, then so can you. God bless you on this journey. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I still going. 90 days will have been, my official 90 days was the 12th of January. So we're just a couple days past that. So yeah, doing good. I don't have a specific end date, and really the main reason I did it was just to see what that change in lifestyle would be. And I've seen a lot of benefits, so I'm like, okay, well, I guess why not keep going if things are going well and you're not missing it, and social situations haven't been impacted by it, and that was one of my main worries. And so I'm like, all right, well, I guess we'll just keep going. And now I just don't even really think about it. There's certain times, like my old routine was to like get home from work, walk Apollo, get dinner made, do whatever chores, hang out, and then when it was time to like diamond paint or hang out, grab a beer, grab another beer. And so sometimes my body just wants to default to that routine, of like these are the steps that happen when you get off work. And now I still have those like feelings of like, I'll get off work and I'm like, okay, these are the things that we do, but it's becoming less and less often that I think about like, oh, I should go grab a 6-pack, or I should go get a bottle of wine or something like that. So, and a lot of it had to do with, if you've followed along on vlogs and stuff, I've mentioned that I've had stomach issues for a number of years, just like odd stomach pains and aches and like digestion not being super hot. And the vast majority of those issues have gone. So I'm like, I probably should just stick with this because my body's telling me, hey, this is a good thing. Look, your stomach doesn't hurt anymore, and you're not worried about like, oh, is it certain foods and stuff? I'm like, no, I kind of know what it is now. I'm gonna try future goals for Anthony. Nothing that I'm committing to now is to adjust like my diet and stuff too, to see if that continues to help. So like maybe try no meat for a while, see if that does anything. No dairy is something I'm curious about. I already drink lactose-free milk because milk usually gets me pretty good. But like things that have dairy in it, like desserts or like things with cream and stuff, I don't stop myself with those, especially like a iced coffee or like a big old latte with a ton of milk and stuff in it. I still love that stuff. So that's going to take some time to get off of, but more, once again, not trying to make a firm commitment, just some little lifestyle changes here and there to see if they make a positive impact. And if they do, then I'll decide if I want to keep going with them. But yeah, the alcohol thing was huge, and it's a good money saver too. So anyway, thank you so much for the comment. Kelly Queen, again, in regards to that blog, episode 89, said, the B-sides have always been my favorites. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I said that I feel like, not in a bad way, but I think of my channel as kind of like the B-sides of diamond painting content, because it's like the stuff that you find after you've seen like the hits, But yeah, I appreciate it. My mom's name, her nickname is B, and she had a previous career in radio. That's what she went to school for, was radio broadcasting. And so she's done a number of local radio shows in my life. And one of them was called The B-Sides, with BEE. And my mom watches these videos. So hi, Mom. She's like, why are you talking about me? But yeah, she had a radio show called The B-Sides. If you want to talk more about that, Mom, you're more than welcome to in the comments. She's awesome. She's got like, I think that's what I take a lot from my mom as far as like, oh, you have your mom's whatever. A lot of my facial features are exactly like my mom's, my smile and my eyes for sure. But I think I also got her speaking voice as well. Like sometimes when I listen back to my videos for editing, I'm like, oh my gosh, you sound just like Mom. Like we have some of the same inflections and kind of that radio, like, I don't know. I don't like to toot my own horn, but I feel like my voice, it's sometimes I listen back, I'm like, I sound like I'm selling, like I'm on a commercial. And she's done commercial work and stuff too. And I think I took that from her, as like my manner of speaking. I try to be very clear. I try to like, I don't know. I feel like I have like a certain kind of voice, but maybe that's a good thing for content creation. Is your manner of speaking, if it's pleasant, that type of thing. I'm always drawn to content creators myself that I find their voices to be very pleasing. Katie over at Diamonds and Washi, I can listen to her all day. Joan Diamond Paints is another one that I don't have to be watching the content. I can just listen along and feel very relaxed and comforted. So yeah, there's a few people out there that I'm like, oh, this is just nice to listen to. But anyway, thank you for the comment. In regards to my finish and review of Cyber Edo by Roberto Nieto and Diamond Art Club, Patricia Anikila, I'm going to say. No, Patricia Nikila 4424. There we go. I thought you did a great job of rendering this picture. Thank you for sharing your changes. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. So yeah, I did, that was one of my kits that I did a bunch of enhancements to. I changed the orange ABs that a Diamond Art Club had provided into a gold metallic and added a bunch of sparklers. I was really happy with that one. I forget that I finished that one because it immediately went out the door. My friend's girlfriend fell in love with that finish when she saw it. And I was like, you can take it home with you. And she's like, seriously? I was like, yeah, go for it. Like, I'm just going to take it to the office or roll it up for now until I move. So yeah, take it. I can always do it again if I really wanted to. So I had that finished kit in my hands, I think for like a day or 2 days after I did the finish and review video before it went into someone else's hands. So that's one kit that I keep forgetting that I finished because I don't see it. And I don't have it in the office anymore. So, but I kind of like that. I kind of like getting them in, finishing them, finding somebody that loves it, and then it goes out the door, and then I can start working on the next one because then I don't feel like I'm kind of drowning in finished projects. That's kind of nice, or I don't feel like I have to find a place for it. So yeah, hopefully I'll keep finding people that want to take kits and display them in their homes. I'm working on Astronomer from Diamond Art Club right now as one of my WIPs, and my buddy slash roommate, Jeff, he wants that one. So as soon as that one's done, I'm going to bring it back over here to the house to give to him. But it's a slow going project. It's very detailed and pretty confetti heavy. And so I told him, he's like, when do you think it'll be done? I was like, well, the event ends at the end of February, but with the move and everything, I doubt that I'll get it done by the end of February. I was like, let me tell you that I'll get this to you by May. And he was like, oh, okay. I'll try to get it done faster than that, but it's a slow going project for sure. But yeah, thank you so much for the comment. In regards to my whip in chat responding to your comments, part 4, Patricia Matei 2362 said, hi Anthony, I just loved how you presented Apollo to new subscribers. That's how I feel about my dog too. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I forget what I said, but I introduced everyone to Apollo who didn't, who is newer to the channel, and just like, he's my baby. He's everything. I honestly don't know where I would be emotionally right now if I didn't have my little buddy to keep me sane. Yeah, he's awesome. He's just a bundle of fun, and he's so cute and cuddly, but he's got a little attitude about to him, and he's very, very intelligent. So I feel like when I give him commands or talk to him and stuff, he's such a little active listener. It's crazy. And he's so inquisitive too. Like anytime I bring something in the house, like groceries or a package or anything, he wants to stop me at the door and he's like, hold on, let's give this the sniff test. Let's make sure this is safe to bring in the house. So he'll just kind of sniff it down and then gives his okay. But yeah, he's just a very smart, lovable dog. So yeah, he's great. Cheryl R941 in regards to that same video responding to comments part 4. I love this format, Anthony. I don't usually read other people's comments when I post my comments, so it's nice to hear what everyone else is saying. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. I've gotten a few comments like that where people appreciate this format, and I love it too. It helps me respond to your comments, acknowledge them, kind of talk through them in kind of more of a conversational format rather than just like writing thanks or, thanks for watching. And that's what I used to do, is I would set aside a specific day. It was usually Thursdays I would go onto my YouTube content or the comments and just go through and try to respond to everybody's. And then I started getting more comments, which is a very good thing, but I felt like I wasn't able to keep up, and I felt like I wanted to write more than I had time to write, especially if someone left a longer comment or was asking questions. So I was like, how do I still connect with people and make everyone feel heard if I'm struggling to keep up with typing all my comments out? And I was like, maybe I can do a WIP in chat where I just respond to comments, because then I can chat and it feels a little bit more connected, hopefully for you, everyone commenting and everyone watching, but also for myself to feel like I really took some time to listen to what people had to say and give more lengthy responses in this format, because it's a lot easier to talk than type. So I'm glad you like it. I'm going to keep doing them. I usually wait till I have, a decent number of comments to get through to kind of fill out at least an hour on a WIP in chat, and then I'll dive into them again. So keep those comments coming. It'll just mean that I'm going to do more of these. So yeah, thank you so much, Cheryl. Chris Johnson, in regards to my vlog, Art, Cheese, and Distracted by Diamonds. So I did this vlog when I forget which canvas it was for. I was doing a whole week-long sneak peek, kind of a special series focused on a canvas from Distracted by Diamonds. I want to say it was for Masks by W.T. Benda. I want to say that. It could have also been for Composición Monumental. I forget which one it is, but I did 2 separate series for those 2 sneak peeks. So I forget which one it is, but we did go to a cheese store. I think we went to a museum for that one as well. It was a really fun vlog. But Chris Johnson 2569 says, "Hi Anthony and Apollo, loving your diamond painting channel, connections, and we get field trips." Yes, I will. I love taking you on field trips. Don't ever apologize for worrying about your fur baby. I rescued by Dottie when she was 9 years old. She had 4 surgeries, teeth extraction, spayed, teeth extraction and teeth cleaned. Anesthesia is scary for animals and people. Thank you for your playlists and listing in numerical order instead of most recent. Of course, I may have different opinion when I get further down the list. Take care. P.S. You are putting your stamp on the diamond painting community. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope that that is what I'm doing. I like the idea. I mentioned it in a vlog right around New Year's time, but I ended up not putting it up because of audio issues. But I had mentioned that even though I love doing the channel for the sake of doing the channel and connecting with everyone, I want to continue to make further connections, and it would be cool to feel like you put your little stamp on the diamond painting community with, videos and ideas and stuff. So I've just been thinking about other ways I can do that, and just promote this craft in general and promote a lot of the shops, big or small, as well. And like, how do I keep being an advocate for this craft as a whole? And so, of course, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, but, ideas always pop up too of like, maybe I could do this, or maybe I could try this. So thank you so much for noticing that. I love being a part of this whole diamond painting craft and the social aspect that comes along with it. It has its pros and some cons here and there for sure, but on the whole, I've just learned to stick with the folks that I have on the, commenting on the channel and watching my videos and just engaging with you guys, because that's what I find most fulfilling. When I step outside of what we have going on here is usually when I'm like, I don't know, feel a little uncomfortable, or this feels a little different. And so I've learned to just kind of take a step back and focus on the folks that we hang out with here. And that's usually where I find the most fulfillment. So yeah, thank you for the reminder of that. Just place these here. Oh, my wrist is really getting stuck to this piece right here, right where I'm placing is like, and sometimes the release paper is too big, or it's covering parts of the drill field that are already done, so it doesn't quite like to stick. So I kind of have to keep my wrist stationary. That way I'm not sliding the sliding the double-sided release paper around. But thank you so much. And yeah, I think back then, you have to remind me, but I think back then was right around the time it was Apollo was getting neutered. And so I was kind of freaking out about that. I didn't want to see him put under, and I was just really worried about it. Obviously, it turned out fine, and I've learned to kind of trust the vet that I take him to. They're just amazing people. Not only the place that I took him to get neutered, which is the Boulder Vet Hospital or vet clinic, but the more local one in Golden that I take him to for his normal checkups. I did this really weird thing because I know that for a lot of dogs or animals, going to the vet is scary because the stuff that happens there is not always fun. So I kind of knew that, and I didn't want Apollo to be scared to go to the vet. I wanted it to be a positive experience for him when he goes. And so when it was time to get him neutered, rather than taking him to where I would just normally take him, I found another vet clinic, that one in Boulder, Colorado, that had really high ratings. And I took him there to get neutered, and then we never went back. So I was like, we'll take him there. He'll have this bad association with this place, but this is not our normal vet, so we won't be coming back here, so he won't have to have that association or that reminder of a traumatic event. So we don't go to that vet. I just took him there, highly rated, but I just took him there to get neutered. That way he would never have to see that place again. So just trying to think about his his mental health, I guess, and make sure that I wasn't putting him in giving him traumatic reminders. So maybe at some day, I'm sure he's forgotten by now because that's, been almost a year. Maybe he's forgotten now that that's what that building means, but the vet that I do take him to is like right near where we go hiking. It's just it's up against the foothills. The staff is incredible there, so I don't really see a reason to go anywhere else. But if we ever had to, that would be my second pick because it's just a really highly rated vet hospital and clinic here in the Colorado area. So yeah, and he's good about going to the vet. He'll just lay down in the office until the vet comes in, and they always give him treats, and his particular vet is just such a sweetheart, and she cares so much about his diet and stuff too, and gives me pointers and tips. So he's due for a checkup this spring, so I'm going to have to take him back. And I do want to get their opinion on this illness that's going around in dogs, this respiratory illness or infection that's going around, just to see, because he hasn't been to the dog park in months, and I still avoid letting him get contact with the dogs that I'm not familiar with. But he's a very social dog, so I also don't want him to develop any bad habits because he's not socializing with other dogs. I've had friends' dogs who they didn't do dog parks, they didn't do play dates, it was just them and the dog, and they started to develop some aggressive tendencies because they developed this like high amount of protection for their owners, and they were just uncomfortable around other animals because they weren't ever put in those situations. And I kind of felt bad because that dog ended up attacking a couple of other dogs when they would go camping or see other dogs like on dog walks and stuff. So they ended up having to muzzle him and try to put him through training to get him back out of that, but it never happened. So much so that they had a second dog, and the dog that wasn't socializing super well ended up attacking that dog soon after they got him, because they tried to bring a second dog into the mix, and so they had to give that dog away to their mom because the dog wasn't safe. So that was kind of one of my, when I got Apollo, that was one of the reasons why I was like, he needs to be put in front of dogs. He needs to get, roughed up sometimes. He needs to learn some of the social cues that come with being part of that bigger pack, because I didn't want him to develop any of those habits. So I want to get him back out there, but I also don't want him to get sick. So it's like this, catch-22, But anyway, thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. Chris Johnson, again, in regards to that same vlog. Oh, that's the same. It's the same. Yes, it was the same comment posted twice. Color and chat with Joanna. Hi, Joanna. Thank you for the Christmas card. Said in regards to my vlog episode 89, said Happy New Year, Anthony and Paulo. Sweetheart, you do you, shine on. Oh, thank you so much. Joanna's such a sweetheart. I think this is this the second year or the third year that Joanna's sent me a Christmas card? And they're always beautiful Christmas cards with like different cutouts and like they're like kind of three-dimensional. I think it was just the past two Christmases, but I have them both hanging on my fridge, Joanna, and I really appreciate it. I have all of I've gotten, in my time creating content, I've gotten a few cards from subscribers and watchers in my day, and then just a couple from like other content creators and stuff, and I have all of those hanging on my fridge, so thank you. Chris Johnson said in regards to my A Day in the Life vlog episode 12. Oh, wow, we're really going back. They said, hi, Anthony Apollo, another great video. I buy budget DP kits. Since I'm new to diamond painting, I've bought an assortment of figuring out what it's like. So far, I like lots of confetti. I don't care for big areas of the same color. It starts to feel laborious. I found the size of diamond painting canvas matters for a clear rendering. This coming year, I plan on buying 1 or 2 licensed diamond painting kits due to my budget, but I can live vicariously through you and the other 22 I subscribe to. Take care. Thank you so much. Yeah, to each their own. I personally am not a fan of some of the budget diamond painting shops because it's hard to tell if that image that you're purchasing has been legally licensed or not. Usually, for me, if a shop doesn't list the artist specifically, then that's a red flag to me. Like if they're not announcing who did the image, then that usually to me is I'm not gonna buy it because I like to and I kind of need to know that stuff to make sure I'm making, for me personally, a conscious decision. But there is, I feel like not if we were to say that you can't buy those images, it might really disclude people from enjoying this craft because of their budget. And I've heard, other content creators say if that's the case, then find smaller, less expensive diamond paintings on shops. Like you can get some licensed artwork from Diamond Art Club that's in the $10 range if it's on sale. But that doesn't, I don't know, it's such a weird topic. I firmly land on the side of purchasing artwork that is verified as licensed and it's not just copied, and pasted from an artist's site or something like that. I gave an example in a recent vlog discussing AI art where I found a bunch of Yume Arts like images like flower delivery and under the stairs on a AliExpress site. And that's the kind of stuff that just really gets under my skin. So there's certain budget companies that when you purchase the artwork, it does look like stock images. And there are ways to reverse search an image so you can see kind of where they might have gotten it from or if it exists elsewhere. I did that for, what did I do? I took a screenshot of something. We'll get there. I'll cover that when we get to that comment. But yeah, I did a little sleuthing on an image that's on is it Temu, I think, or Wish, one of those sites, and yeah, that shop had stolen an image from Image World, which is one of the group of artists that licenses with Diamond Art Club, and I found a stolen image on Wish, which was kind of frustrating. But at the same time, I don't ever want to feel like I don't want people to feel like they're being, like there's some gatekeeping going on, like, oh, if you can't afford from shopping from these particular shops, then guess what? You just don't get to diamond paint. To each their own. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to, I love all of my subscribers and everyone that listens. I'm not here to judge. I guess what I would suggest too is something else you could do is there's some crazy deals going on, especially post-holiday. at shops like Hobby Lobby and Joann Fabrics, especially Joann. That company is struggling right now, so I've seen a lot of sales come up from them, where you can get some Diamond Art Club or other licensed pieces, diamond dots. There's a brand called Make Market. There's more and more of those budget style diamond paintings popping up in some of these physical brick and mortar crafting stores. And then, like I said, you can sometimes find Diamond Art Club or some premium diamond paintings at a huge discount at some of these shops. I've seen some Diamond Art Club pieces in stores near me that aren't necessarily my style, but $10, off of 50, or $15 off of 50. So that's another way that you can do it, is just do some deal hunting. But yeah, I'm not here to judge. So thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate it. Kelly Queen, in regards to my WIP in chat, responding to your comments part 4, said, "Hi Anthony, I watch all your videos, but I'm shy about commenting. I gathered up courage to comment, so this may be long. I remember when Apollo first came to live with you as a young pup and you couldn't film because he didn't know you weren't talking to him, and he would get all rambunctious. He is growing up so well. I have done a couple of Jade's kits with her substitutions, and she does a great job. The first was a mystery kit, so fun. I've yet to order a round from her, but I'll have to soon. I watched your flower buns enhancements and immediately got the enhancements to jazz up mine." Oh, awesome. She reminds me so much of my 5-year-old granddaughter, and I'll give it to her when I'm done. That is so awesome. I'm also waiting for Bouquet from Ivy Dulmore to restock to make for her mother as a mother-daughter duo. I get the girl with the pearl earring in the Masters series. Oh, I did get the girl with the pearl earring in the Masters series, and although it felt luxurious to get all of the accessories and not those I would use, I did like kitting up and am curious about the mini drills, but for the price next time, I would get a nice canvas from Jade and splurge on her kitting up service. Take care and see you in the next video. Thank you so much, Kelly. I appreciate the comment. Yeah, flower buns would be an excellent gift kit. I don't know if I said this DMC. It's 413 that we're working on right now. But yeah, flower buns would be an excellent gift kit, especially for a daughter, granddaughter, a kiddo. It's such a cute image. I have it hanging in my office right now next to a couple other completed canvases. But yeah, that one is really cute, and you're right, Bouquet would look so good. I think I might have mentioned that those two kits I think would look really good together. And yeah, as far as that Masters series goes from Diamond Dots, if you're not familiar, Diamond Dots released those I think a few months ago at this point, and they're just in like extra special packaging. And they have some special enhancement drills, including these mini drills, which are like smaller round drills. And I was really excited about them when they first launched, and then I saw some unboxings of them. And for me, the packaging is beautiful. I think the presentation is beautiful, but because I have one brand of diamond painting pens that I use, which is Enabler's Outpost, I have one type of, pen tip. Well, we'll see what this comparison leads to, but I typically use the Diamond Art Club metal multi-placer. Like I have all these things that are set up, so I'm like, I didn't take as much personal value out of all the extras they gave, but I could see a lot of folks loving that. So I'm still on the fence about if I'm going to get one or not, but all signs are pointing to no right now. It would be kind of a experiment, like fun money thing to do, but with the price, it's going to be a while before I have that kind of fun money just to play with, packaging and just see what it looks like and film a video. I think when it comes down to it, I'd rather go for, just like you said, a big old Jaded Gem Shop kit or 4 or 3 Diamond Art Clubs or something like that. But we'll see. I think I got all of those. I almost always miss one. Yes, I see you. I see another too. Boom and boom. Haha, can't get away from me. Okay, I think that's all of them. Thank you so much for the comment, Kelly. I appreciate it. Let me just take a quick peek-see-poo at the time here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop you for file size. That's already really big. Hold on. Okay, usually I try to stop it every 30 or 40 minutes because of the file size when I go to transfer it to my computer can take a really long time once it gets to a certain size. So that one's going to take a while. Leslie Diamond Paints, in regards to my responding to your comments, part 4, said, fun! Celestial Seasonings honey vanilla chamomile with half and half is pure heaven for me. I transition from coffee to this at night when diamond painting. Thanks for these videos. Ooh, I don't think I've ever had that one. That sounds good. And that, from what I'm assuming, it's caffeine free, which is good in the nighttime. I've been drinking my sugared cookie Celestial Seasonings tea, which is one of their Christmas ones. That's my nighttime tea because it's a white tea and it's caffeine free. And then during the day, I have my black teas or my green teas. I try to stop the caffeinated ones in like the late afternoon. Sometimes there's certain nights where I'm like, I'm a little tired, but I want to get some diamond painting done, or I want to get this or that done. So I'm like, break out that black tea. Let's just get into it. Let's do a little London fog tonight. Next one that we're going to be using is DMC 414. Another gray color. I'm really ready to get here so I can stop getting my hand stuck to the canvas. But I go left to right, bottom to top. So whatever the next color is, which is this one that we're working on now, I'll do those, and then this one, and then we'll switch up here and start on this heart, and then so on and so forth. So it's going to be a little bit till I get to the clovers, but we're almost there. Okay, this comment has a lot of info here, so just get ready for that. We're going to do some reading. This is in response to my vlog episode 90, responding to your comments part 5. So this one is, I think this is the vlog where I was responding to comments regarding supporting AI artists. So it might end up being a series where we talk about AI art because it's a topic that I'm happy to engage about. I don't know if I'll create a specific playlist for it or something like that, but I think it's going to be an ongoing topic that we discuss quite a bit. But I don't think there was quite enough comments in response to that video that warrants a whole separate video or vlog or WIP in chat. So we're going to try to get through them, but keep in mind we may start talking about this in a whole separate series or something like that. I haven't quite decided, but for now, we'll just talk about it. Bella LaLuna says, as far as AI goes, what I mean by lazy really has nothing to do with time spent on something, but has to do with originality of creation. So Bella LaLuna had originally commented in my first video about this that they found AI artwork, or they considered AI artwork to be a bit lazy. Such as, so going back to the comment, such as I can take someone's artwork they spent hours on from the internet, pop it into Photoshop, make a few changes to it, or make it into a collage with other people's artwork, and then rebrand it as my own creation, not giving credit to where the actual source of creation comes from. I did nothing to create anything, just threw a bunch of things into a blender and called it my own. So yeah, I mean, I guess I see that, and you might provide some additional clarification later on in your comment. But yeah, I guess I can see that. I think where we get tripped up is, and I have some clarification. I'm going to have to do a separate AI art video to provide some updates to everyone. But it's kind of doing like what you said, or I guess it's not really. I have to make some corrections there. So in that video, I kind of discussed how AI art is kind of created in the software, and the best description I could provide, or best comparison I could provide, is, okay, it takes hundreds of thousands of images and puts them in a blender and then creates something new out of them. That's not exactly true. I've learned recently from someone that uses AI software as a tool that when you type in what you want the software to create, right, it doesn't go to the internet or go to its database and start searching in real time and pulling stuff. What really happens is when the software is initially created, it is trained on a certain set of data. So it's trained on all of these images. So someone's, imagine the computer as a robot sitting at a table, right? That's just easier to make it tangible. And someone's going up to it and saying, here's an image with a hot air balloon. Here's an image with a tree. and the computer is looking at that and learning from that and saying, okay, got it, tree, okay, got it, that's what an umbrella looks like, okay, got it. And so then once it has all of these images fed through it and it's taught what these things are, what these topics are, the images are taken away. So it doesn't get to go back and reference them. It doesn't in real time. It doesn't get to go back and look. It has to, the whole point is teaching it what those things are. So then when you tell it to make it again, it's making it based off of what it remembers or what it's been told those things are. But it doesn't get to go back in the moment and say, what was an umbrella, right? Okay, here's how this person did an umbrella. So it's learning what those things are, just like we learn what things are without having the direct reference. If I asked you to tell me the first time you saw an umbrella, right? You wouldn't be able to tell me the exact time or date or when you first saw an umbrella, but seeing that umbrella is still impacting what you know of umbrellas, right? So that's kind of how it works. So it's even more intuitive and less derivative than I kind of made it out to be in that video, but I'm learning along with everyone else too. So yeah, it is creating an original image. It really is. Unless the one thing that you want, something that you can do is you have control of telling the computer exactly what you want, and you can also feed that software images. So you can give it a bunch of Chuck Penson images and say, only work off of these. And that's where a lot of the problem lies, and that's where I personally have a problem with the process, is someone forcing the software to copy a specific style. So anyway, so that is what I mean by lazy. It has nothing to do with the time and everything to do with the art of creation. As far as recognizing AI art, I can typically tell by the style of work itself. I see a lot of AI art in various diamond painting company websites, and they all seem to have the same feeling associated with it. The same can be said of movies that are written by AI. It's hard to explain, but I suppose it's the same feeling I get when I view the difference between something physically painted or penciled compared to straight digital art. There's something organic associated with a piece of art that is manually created, as opposed to the fake feeling I get when looking at digital art, AI or not. I liken it to holding a piece of wood in one hand and a piece of plastic in the other. The wood puts off a visceral emotion while the plastic feels dead and emotionless. I'm not explaining it very well, but I hope you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. This is all just my opinion, but it is how I feel about it. I like the works of Dimitra Milan, whom I've watched her process of creation, and I am in absolute awe of her talent and abilities. Oh, awesome. I don't know that artist. I'm going to have to look them up. But yeah, I get what you're saying. And I think in that vlog, I mentioned something similar where sometimes AI art, or sometimes even digital art, to me can look a little too polished and kind of too plasticky. And that was the best description I could come up with. So we're drawing the same conclusions there. But I think for me, it comes down to taking the AI out of making AI such like a differentiating point, and just looking at the art as art and saying, do I like this? Is it too polished? Is it too refined? Is it too plasticky? Then I don't, if you don't like that, then you're not going to work on it. But if there is a piece of artwork that comes through that AI art tools were used and you love it, then don't let the AI of it all be a discerning factor for you. At least that's how I feel. It should really be about, do I like this piece of work, and then go from there. Bella Luna said, listening to you further, you're touching upon a lot of my thoughts. What are you doing in my head? Okay, so you got further along in the video. I totally get your point of view and can concede there can be effort and time put into some AI-inspired creations, and those that do deserve credit. I'm just not in love with digital art in general, so I think that bleeds through to AI art as a whole. That's completely valid. Some people are not a huge fan of digital art. There's so many pieces of artwork, digital or not, that I'm not personally not a fan of, and that's just personal preference. There's nothing wrong with that. So I totally see you there. Bella Luna goes on to say, oh my, Apollo, you were looking so tired and worn out. At an hour and 58, it looks like you're almost done. I bet that boy passed out when you all got home. give that boy some loves from me. I currently have 2 dogs and have had 5 other dogs over the last 25 years who have passed away. Aw, I love them all dearly. Great video, Anthony. This year is going to be awesome. Yes, I'm so excited for 2024. Like, there's a bunch of really cool stuff coming, you know, between the move and being closer to Golden and right up against the mountains. I think that's going to do amazing for my health and Apollo's ability to get energy out. And yes, he was exhausted after that hike. It was just over or just under 7 miles that we did on that hike. So he was pooped when we got home, which is how I like it. I like him to be nice and tuckered out because then he just chills at the house at night, and I can get some diamond painting done and get some cuddles in and all of that good stuff. But yeah, he was pretty exhausted after 7 miles, so we just have to keep doing that every day and we'll be good. But yeah, thank you so much for the comments. And then Carmela D'Angelo 4881 responded to Bella Luna, said, love your informative video. Oh, I think they meant to comment directly, but it just popped up there. Love your informative video. It's like when anything new that shakes the status quo on what the world has already decided is acceptable comes along, there's always going to be those who don't understand or may even feel threatened. Videos like this really help to alleviate fears and misunderstandings. Thank you so much. That's the main goal there, is just to kind of dispel some rumors, kind of provide some clarification as far as I know in talking with not only content or artists that utilize AI art as a tool, but also, you know, small shops that are struggling with this whole AI art thing in diamond painting and what that means for their business. Learning from artists that don't use it as a tool and aren't a fan of the tool. As long as they're approaching the conversation in a respectful way, then I'm all ears. It starts to rub me the wrong way when it starts to feel very kind of attacky or just a really poor attitude about it. Then I'm less likely to, have an attentive ear when listening to those folks or reading their comments on social media or any videos. I try to steer more towards people that even though they might not agree with it or might take offense to it, are still approaching it in a way that I feel is comfortable to listen to. And that's what I'm trying to do too, is try to provide some perspective, hear from you guys, hear from others, and present it in a way that is objective and respectful to any style of artist, any style of content creator, any small shop, because I think that's what we really need in this conversation, and I feel like it keeps getting missed. We go right into, I hate this. These artists aren't real. They're fake. They're thieves. And it's like, hold on, hold on, just a minute here. Let's dive into this deeper, because once we start letting that stuff kind of spiral, then folks that don't have a clear understanding or don't know the process or haven't seen other sides, but they love that artist or they love that person that has that attitude, then it starts to spread and it just gets a little toxic, in my opinion. So trying to breathe some rationale into it a little bit and try to see different points of view. If I didn't mention, we're working with 550, which is, that's one of my favorite DMC colors. But thank you so much, Carmela, for the comment. I appreciate it. Moving on, Susanna Itkin6655 said in regards to that same video, your comment on using an iPad and stylus to create art was an excellent comparison. My son and I had a conversation many years ago about art evoking an emotion in the viewer. I've taken that to heart when deciding what artwork I choose to surround myself with. You're right, there's no definitive way to tell which has AI and which doesn't. My bottom line is, buy what speaks to me. It's served me well so far. Love your vlogs with Sweet Apollo. After your walks, I usually need a nap. Oh, good. I like doing those hiking vlogs and stuff, keep people company, and maybe it encourages folks to either get active or gives them the push to get through whatever they're working on their WIPs or whatever. So yeah, I love doing the outdoor stuff and it lets me get some exercise while creating content, which is like huge, because I don't think I could be the type of person that just does everything behind the diamond painting table, especially when we're talking for, hour plus on end. I get a little antsy, so I'm like, I gotta move these legs. And so doing vlogs like that lets me kind of get both done. So I like, as you can see, responding to comments while I'm doing a whip and chat, walking while I'm doing a vlog. I like combining tasks. I like the efficiency of it while still feeling, I don't want it to feel like cold or distant, but I do like to get some stuff done, get some stuff done. But yeah, so I totally agree with you, Susanna. It's about what artwork really speaks to you and calls to you and is something that you want to work on, or even purchase a print and put it up on your wall. No diamond painting involved. Like, what art speaks to you in whatever way. I think that should be your guiding light there, as opposed to like, trying to make the AI tools into its like own separate category or not art. It's just as valid. So thank you. Shelley Musgrave 4150, in regards to my crafting for the holidays part 1, said awesome finishes. Thanks for sharing. Of course. Thank you for watching. I went through all of my finished diamond paintings in that video and it was fun. Okay, so responding to my vlog episode 90, talking about the whole AI art thing, Chaotic Crafting said, I'm so behind on videos, so I missed the first one. We'll search for it afterwards. But wow, all the respect to you for engaging everyone in this conversation that needed to start. I myself had not made a decision due to lack of knowledge, although the more I learn, the more I lean towards supporting it. Was a couple of things that still bothered me, but I loved how you put some of those thoughts into perspective. I really do feel for those artists that feel threatened by it, but fear, it's unfortunately a natural response to things we do not understand. We need to remember that and stop to educate ourselves when something new makes us feel threatened before we make an opinion known. Art is a big part of my life until I had kids and ended up putting it to the side, and my initial thoughts on AI were feeling a very high concern. I also feel that until you fully understand how something works, you are not entitled to have an opinion and should keep said negative and aggressive thoughts to yourself. I have seen such hateful comments, and that is just so disgusting. We also need to understand that even if we have an opinion does not mean that another opinion is wrong. I definitely have a lot more to learn myself, but this video has definitely given me so much food for thought, actually more like a banquet. Do I own diamond paintings that fall under the category of AI? Yep. And when I found out those particular artists I found to be so original, nothing like what I have seen before, and that was part of what drew me to them. Another artist I thought reminded me of another, but definitely had its own style in their images, so your points on how we get inspiration were thought-provoking to me. I do love the side of AI that helps those who may not have certain artist abilities with hands on materials can still find a way to get their creative juices flowing and express themselves. To me, this is healthy for those individuals, and this could be used even as a way to help some people who need an outlet that are struggling internally. I really do feel everyone needs to watch these videos and continue to engage in the conversation in a respectful way, of course. All the best to you, Anthony. Thank you so much. That is an excellent comment. And yeah, it sounds like, and I hope that you were able to glean some useful information from that, or at least a different perspective. I am by no means an expert in AI art. In fact, I know very little about the tool itself from like a put it into practice way, because I've only ever used like the phone apps and stuff. I've never, I do have Midjourney, but I haven't really played with it in any sort of meaningful way. I'm more versed in a still very entry level with GPT, which is the text kind of AI assisted text tool, as opposed to the image creation. And I plan on fixing that. I feel like if I'm going to continue down this path of having these conversations and trying to provide what I know, then I really should kind of put my money where my mouth is in that respect, and learn the tool and learn how to use it so I can see it firsthand where there's opportunity for people to abuse the tool and where it's very helpful. So I do have some things in the works. A crafty pal of mine has agreed to show me the ropes and show me how the tool works and how to utilize it. And I just want to understand all the features and functions and pros and cons myself. And who knows, maybe I'll get really into it and start putting together my own artwork. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. But it's right now, it's just out of a curiosity aspect. I want to see it in action, so I know that when I'm speaking about a process or how it works, I'm not just kind of like assuming how it works, because I have gotten it wrong a couple of times, and luckily I have some good people around me to correct me when I'm off or slightly off or majorly off, to make sure that when we're having these discussions, I'm providing accurate information, because I'd hate to stand on a soapbox and be like, this is how it works, and and then I don't actually know. So that is my next step, is to start utilizing that tool and start creating my own art and figuring out where there could be problems. So thank you so much. And yeah, I think having these conversations in a respectful space is needed. So I'm glad you take some value out of it. Responding to the same video, Alicia T61 said, "Hi Anthony, thank you so much for taking on this topic in reference to a topic brought up near the end of this blog concerning shops that will only accept artwork that does not rely on AI. Diamond Art Studio UK recently took a stand on this and will not use any artwork created using AI. Of course, there is some trust required from the artist. I totally respect your decision and certainly hope they continue to add artists and artwork to their inventory. Do you see more shops taking these types of stands?" Not vocally. I see a mix. Like, I see, obviously there are plenty of diamond painting shops that have artwork in their library that does use AI tools in the process, whether that be very apparent or not. There's several shops that do carry it. Diamond Art Club being one that carries artwork that has AI tools involved. And a lot of times on their actual bios for their artists, it'll say, this is an AI artist that's been utilizing these tools, almost just like describing any other artist. I've been using oil painting since this date. It'll be like, they've been using AI art since this time, or AI tools since this time. So sometimes you can look for it there. But other times, shops don't carry AI art and aren't vocal about it. They just want to avoid the uproar that it might cause. A lot of shops are being called out right now, and people saying, I'm never going to buy from this shop if they keep carrying AI art and yada, yada, yada. So it's a mix. Some are vocal about it, some aren't, some do carry it. But like I've said before, I don't really think there needs to be a very clear statement or like which side do you stand on, because it's all just art. I think it's a little unnecessary. And I hope as consumers we get past this so shops don't feel obligated to say one way or another. Just put the artwork on your shop, and if people like it, that's what they should be going off of. But yeah, it's kind of a mix. And if Diamond Art Studio UK feels like that's the best path forward with them for them, because either it's their own personal belief as a store, or they feel like that's what their customer base wants to see. You don't want to lose your customers if that's something that's really important to them. And you're willing to either make that change or stand by that makes sense. It makes good business sense, and it makes sense if that's a personal feeling from the shop themselves, whether or not they were pushed in that direction by their customer base or not. That's fine if that's their path forward. I think for me, my question there would be, okie dokie. I don't know what happened there, but the video cut off, so I'm going to have to keep checking on that. I swear, there's always something going on. Like right now I'm using my phone and I'm running into some recording issues. And then with my vlogging camera, I've been running into some issues too. So just to pick up where we left off, Alicia was asking about shops taking a stand on carrying AI art or not. So I kind of gave my thoughts there, and then I said my question would be to them, and then it cut off. So my question would be to as AI tools become more prominent in the digital art space and just more commonplace, not only with artists directly going to software like Midjourney, but AI tools or AI functions being baked into things like Photoshop and some other tools. Once it becomes more ubiquitous, are shops going to continue to stand and die on that hill of never, ever, ever, even as it becomes more common? And if so, does that mean that you'll, not introduce any new artists because the majority of them are using AI art tools, so you'll just stick with your older artists that confirmed do not use it? Or will you have to really limit what images that you offer because you're excluding so many digital artists from who you'd be willing to license with? Do you transition to only doing old masters or images that were created prior to the time that AI became such a common tool? Like how far do you let that impact what you're able to do as a business before you have to give in and start treating those artists like any others? I have a strong feeling that as even this year, I could foresee a lot of shops changing their tune, that are not supporting AI art right now. But especially in the coming years, as this fervor kind of calms down and it just becomes so commonplace, I think you'll see a lot of these shops transition and start incorporating some of those artists, or just having a limited selection of what you can purchase from their shops. Maybe they have enough of a customer base that is of that same mindset that they can still profit and grow without embracing modern tools. But I worry about shops that will hold super steadfast to that. I worry about how successful they'll be in the future. And I'm curious to see which, some shops that will probably make some adjustments here in the near future, if I had to say. So I think it's really consumer driven. If we as diamond painting consumers move past this and it's no longer a concern and it's no longer something that would dictate where we spend our money, and we're kind of become open to it, then I think shops will follow suit. That's just kind of the nature of owning a business and wanting it to stay relevant. So yeah, thank you so much for the comment. Okay, Mia's Life with KFS said, "I just love this format, Anthony. I might do it. I might do my own take on it." Okay, sorry. Yeah, I encourage you. I love doing this format, and I think it's a great way to connect with your viewers and your subscribers and those that comment on your videos. I found I found it so often where I have felt like I wasn't writing enough to respond to someone, or I couldn't get all of my thoughts down in a comment on a YouTube, in YouTube. So this just makes it a little bit more free flowing, and I feel like I'm able to get all my words out there. And sometimes context can be lost in a chat. So this is always a nice option. So yeah, I would love to see more content creators do something similar to this. So yeah. Addict for Craft It 584 responding to my video, responding to comments. Seems very, very wordy, but the video was called Responding to Your Comments Part 4. They said, "I love your WIP and comments videos. You've also inspired me to not drink. Your skin truly glows. I'm so proud of you, and I look forward to many more videos." Awesome, thank you. Yeah, that's I don't share that part of my life with any sort of intention to get people to do what I'm doing, or try to, proselytize that this is the way to go. That is absolutely not my mindset whatsoever. It's just something that I'm doing and something that I'd like to share. And if that impacts you in a certain way, great, but that is not the purpose of me talking about it. That is so awesome, but I just want to be careful there. I don't want people to be like, so Anthony's like trying to convince everyone to be sober. That is not the case. And far be it from me to want to do that, because who knows, I might come on the next vlog and be like, so they had dollar margaritas at Chili's, or like I so yeah, that's so awesome, and you'll have to keep me updated on how things are going for you. But yeah, that is so cool. Thank you so much for the comment. Von Kaiser said, trying to wrap my head around all I'm learning, I tend to lump AI, digital art, or digital clip art, anything on the computer all together as artificial, and maybe I shouldn't. I imagine the farther north of 50 years we are, the harder it is to accept. By the end of the day, if I like an image, I'll buy it. I stick pieces of plastic into glue and call them diamonds, for crying out loud. Who am I to judge? Yeah, thank you so much for the comment, Vaughn. I feel like you and I would get along super well, just chatting it up somewhere. Like, I feel like we're similar spirits from your comments. I love hearing from you. And yeah, I would challenge you to kind of change that mindset. I totally get it, going from, artwork that has been done with a canvas and a paintbrush or pens or markers or whatever, even sculpture, a piece of rock or metal work or glass work, all of these different things are like a physical, easy to recognize thing. So it's hard to make that transition into thinking that something created on a computer digitally has that same value or impact, but it absolutely does. That iPad and that stylist or those software tools are just as valid of mediums and tools to use as anything else, but it's hard to switch that in your head. And so that's something that I would definitely encourage you to try to do. And just like you said, if it's a piece of artwork that you'll like, then you'll get it. And that should really be where it comes down to, is your personal connection or your personal interest with that thing regardless. But I wouldn't take things that are created digitally as artificial. Even artwork that's been created using an artificial intelligence tool, that's in reference to how the tool is learning as opposed to the actual output. The output is not any less real or artificial in compared to any of those other things that I mentioned. So it's just kind of changing that mindset, and it takes time, but I think you're on the right track. If you're focusing on what artwork speaks to you, and not letting whether it was made using a piece of marble or a physical canvas or a computer be the deciding factor before you even talk about whether you like it or not. That's the important part. So you are absolutely on the right track. And I'm no spring chicken myself. I'm closer to 50 than I am to 20. So I'm right there with you. So change is hard, and I agree, but I think for me, it's less about that and more about how these artists are being treated in the diamond painting space and in the artistic space. That's really what I'd like to do or change that mindset of with these videos, is how these folks are being perceived and treated, because they're just as valid as any other artist. So to see them come after or talked about unfairly, it gets under my skin. So something I'm passionate about. But yeah, thank you so much. My Happy Place with Kim E1430 said in response to that same video, "Hi Anthony, thanks for responding to my comment, and yes, I totally agree with you. I've also seen shops selling images that are simply put garbage. For example, too many fingers or hands bending back the wrong way, and I agree that those types of AI images do not appeal to me at all, and I would never buy them irrespective of the price point. My point really is that I'm finding it unsettling seeing people bash artists that use AI or shops that sell AI. Dreamer Designs has been specifically targeted in this regard because a specific large YouTube content creator raised concerns over an image being AI. if you have, because I want to continue to watch videos and consume content from all points of view and all different avenues, just so when I speak on it, I'm taking that stuff into consideration. So if you feel comfortable sharing what that was with me, you can send me a message over on Instagram or whatever works for you. You can send me an email. Let me know, because I'd love to check it out, because I'm just curious as to like what else is being said out there, and that might help me guide my path as far as research and dispelling those types of things, if I can. So I'd like to learn more, learn where people are coming from, so I have a better understanding of what the sentiment is out there. But yeah, so if you don't mind. And then going on, so they say, without looking into and researching the issue themselves, it is very sad to see hundreds of people blindly following and agreeing with certain influencers on YouTube and YouTube content creators without applying their own minds to the issue or actually understanding the complexities of how AI images are generated. I'm also somewhat upset by the bullying that I'm seeing lately, some of which is being done by traditional artists. I absolutely detest bullying, and I will not buy art from any traditional artists that are bullying others for their support of AI or AI art or AI tools. Personally, I spend hundreds of dollars every single month buying legally licensed canvases by traditional artists from stores like Diamond Art Club. That said, there's also space in my life and in my budget to buy AI art canvases. I buy what appeals to me, and I don't really care what medium was used to create it. All I care about is whether the piece of art speaks to me and whether I want to work on it as a diamond painting. I really hope that your discussions in these videos can become a series, and that you will film more videos responding to our comments. It's important that people hear both sides of the story, and that's why a series like this is so important. Your channel is one of the only ones putting forward the other side of the story, and it's so important that people get exposed to that. Sending hugs, Kay. Thank you so much. Oh, that was a comment. But we're on the same page with pretty much everything. So not that that has to be the case, but it's good to hear that some folks have a similar mindset when they're thinking about AI artists and AI tools and their purchasing power. It seems like we're kind of on the same page in that regard. One thing that I will say is, you had mentioned that there's also space in your life for and in your budget for AI art canvases. I think sometimes people think that, that the AI art, and not, this isn't you, but I'm just, just kind of building off of what you said. AI art images and artwork should be priced at like a more budget level, as opposed to like traditional artists, like the ones that you'll often find on Diamond Art Club. But I'm seeing that become less and less of the case when we talk about where AI artists are popping up, and justifiably so. Like they belong, hand in hand with any other style of artwork or artist. So it's actually a really good thing to see, for me, that some of these artists are popping up on sites like Diamond Art Club. There's one image in particular that has been blowing up on the, sorry, I keep standing up to check that we're still recording. Blowing up on the Diamond Art Club Facebook group. People are up in arms because everyone wants this kit or this image, but it was a limited edition, and now in the resale market, it's going for literally hundreds of dollars. Like, people really want Diamond Art Club to re-release this kit and bring it back out, because so many people missed out on it and they love it and they need it. And it's an AI art image. And so I think I just find it interesting, because I personally haven't seen this much fervor over a particular image and what's happening in the resale market about more than I've seen with this kit. And it's from an artist that uses AI in their toolbox. And for me, that's really cool to see such high interest for that type of artwork. But I'd be curious if you polled all of the folks that want this kit and are clamoring for this and are so upset because it's $300 on some of these D-stash groups. If you ask that same group of people, do they support AI art or not, I'm sure a few of them would say no, absolutely not. But it's just that lack of knowing or not understanding how prevalent it's becoming in the space. And to me, that's a good thing. And I hope it helps to opened some folks' eyes on like, oh, it really is about what I love. I love this image, and I'm mad that someone's trying to charge, $200, $300 for it. And because it was made using AI tools, that wasn't my deciding factor here. So maybe I should change my outlook on things. I find it really interesting. I can't remember the name of the artist, but they have a couple images with Diamond Art Club, but I will post it. I'll put some screenshots up and all that stuff in editing. So thank you so much, Kim. And yeah, I agree with you. The thing that I'm trying to advocate for more than anything else is treating these digital artists that use AI as a tool with just as much respect and kindness that you do any other artist. And especially the traditional artists that, I understand having a strong opinion about this, especially if you are an artist that doesn't use these tools and it's scary to you, or you have some reservations about it, or you just plain don't want to see it. Whatever your reasonings for that are is fine, but that doesn't give you a pass to belittle and bully and come up after artists that do use it in some of these Facebook groups. I've said it before, one of the artists that kind of persuaded me to start talking about this topic more directly and create some open dialogue, because I just didn't like what I was seeing, and I don't mind saying it. I don't mind being completely honest, but it was Dakota Detweiler. She had said some stuff in some Facebook groups that I didn't take super kindly to, and it became less about what she supports and more about attacking and belittling artists that use AI as a tool. And it was in the same space that a lot of these artists that do use AI as a tool are also part of that group. And so seeing that, knowing that these same artists that are being bullied or attacked, they're having to just put up with that because they want to be in these same groups, in these same spaces, so they can see more about not only diamond painting, what we do as crafters, but see how their artwork is being received in the diamond painting community. To see another artist have that kind of attitude just really, really rubbed me the wrong way. And it's, while I won't support her as an artist going forward unless I see some changes in her attitude about it. And not that she needs to, if that's how she feels and that's how she wants to represent those feelings in a social space, that is her choice to make. But it's also my choice whether or not I want to support her in that path. And I've chosen right now to not do that. But yeah, this whole discussion, and a big part of why this came to be was because of seeing comments like that from artists like that. I was just like, hold on here. These folks deserve some respect. They deserve some kindness, and they deserve some validity. And I will try to do what I can with my channel and my platform and the content I put up to explain that to other people and maybe provide a different perspective. So yeah, thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. Okay, there we go. We're still recording, thank goodness. Okay, we're getting close. Fluffy Muffy 1 said, in regards to my finish and review of Beyond Good and Evil from Jaded Gem Shop and Iterations Crafts, said, just incredible. Glad you're going to hang it. Sister Kit, the black and magenta one you have? Yes. So Beyond Good and Evil was my most recent finish. It's a AI art image from Hannah over at Iterations Crafts. And I had it done as a custom mystery kit from Jaded Gem Shop. And I had another custom done from that same artist. And it's a black and magenta colored image. And I think of it as the sister kit to Beyond Good and Evil. So Fluffy Muffy, be on the lookout for that to be kitted up soon. In regards to that same finished video, Michelle Calendar said, you should be over the moon with your finished work. It's amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I loved doing it. It's one of my favorite finished kits. Teresa Reynolds, in regards to that same video, said, beautiful picture, love Hannah's work, and since you interviewed her on your channel, I have a couple of pictures of hers that I want, but have to wait until I get moved. I am in the same boat. I am not buying much of anything until I get moved and I get the new address and stuff, but that's awesome. That's so cool that you have a couple of pictures ready to go. Hannah's just an incredible person, and I've enjoyed becoming friends with her over the past year or so, and just learning about the AI art process and learning about how she utilizes the tool and how she's grown as an artist and explored different mediums and artwork styles. She's just really like, I don't know, she's, what's the word? I guess prolific. Hannah is a prolific digital artist that I just can't wait to continue to follow her artistic career. Deborah MT57, same Finnish video, said, this is just beautiful. What a mood and story. I want this to be a book. So good. I read this already, just in passing, and I was like, I can't wait to get to this comment. So Deborah, this image was created alongside an AI art tool, and the prompt that was given is Beyond Good and Evil, which is a book. So the image is inspired by a book that does exist, and I'm going to pull it up. So if you want to check it out, you can. But that's what it is. So it's by Friedrich Nietzsche, and it's Beyond Good and Evil, Prelude to a Philosophy of the Future. And it is a philosophical book that was released in 1886. So you can go check that out if you so choose. But yeah, it's inspired by a book. Linda Salazar 3304, in regards to my vlog episode 89, said, hi Anthony, happy new year. So I watched your latest stash video. I was slightly bummed that you weren't enthusiastic about having Garfield in your stash, lol, especially since Garfield has been my all-time favorite cartoon character since about birth. With that said, I am so excited that you'll be using the Sleepy and Grumpy Cat for your how-to tutorials. Thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, certain artwork really gets me excited, and certain topics really get me excited. Garfield, for me, is not one of them. I did watch Garfield a little bit here and there as a kid, but it certainly wasn't my favorite. And just when it comes to, Garfield is fine, right? Garfield as a cartoon and as a concept is totally fine. I don't have anything negative to say about Garfield. I am team Garfield, but when it comes to like what I would want to spend my time diamond painting, a Garfield image is not on that list. And it was just a gift that I had intended on giving to someone, but then that ended up not happening. But I will enjoy it in terms of showing the content that I'd like to create around it, and I'm gonna have a blast working on it and showing everyone just some of my tips and tricks. So not my top pick as far as theme, but I'm gonna find some really good use out of it. I'm gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be totally fine. So yeah, I'm pro Garfield, but in diamond painting, not so much. Maybe more, was it Odie? I think I'd probably be more of a fan of a little Odie diamond painting than a Garfield one, but either way. So thank you so much for the comment. In regards to my finish and review of Beyond Good and Evil, Jennifer Murray 4387 said beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Vaughn Kaiser, same video, said, I was thinking the Gods of Mars vibe. I'll say it again. I love your eclectic, non-run-of-the-mill choices. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love doing kits that are images that you just don't see being done as diamond paintings yet, or in the past. So it's one of my fun little joys. It's one of the reasons why I liked doing Medusa so much. It's one of the reasons why I liked doing Beyond Good and Evil so much. So yeah, I have a very eclectic mix of like super popular images, and then some other ones that I'm just like, this will be really unique. People aren't going to see this coming. And so I like doing that stuff too. So thank you so much. Let's take a look. I put Apollo outside, so I'm going to have to check on him. So, let me go ahead and stop for clip size. We'll come back. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have a few more to get through, but we're going to do them. I'll be right back. 1 second. Okie dokie. Brought him back in. Just had a couple of kettle cooked jalapeno chips, so I apologize if you hear me picking chips out of my teeth, and filled up my mason jar of tea with some more water. I try to mention the DMCs as I'm working on them, but then I get caught up in comments and I forget to do that. So this is 939 that we're working on, and we've just got a few left. Just knock those out. I think that's it. Okay. Okay, let's see. Marsha H5930 in regards to that same finish and review said, very thorough review, beautiful canvas. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Christy Bigelow, in regards to my responding to your comments part 4, said, hi Anthony, loving the new format, love seeing Apollo, poor guy, so glad he's healing well. I did buy a master class kit from Diamond Dots. Oh, awesome. About the roses and hummingbird kit, the canvas and glue are amazing. It's a round. I posted pics on Instagram of the progress I've made so far. Not crazy with the backing of the canvas. It's very stiff and the plastic is also very thick. But I choose to overlook that because it's working up. The workup is going amazingly. The micro drills are a little challenging, but once you get the hang of it, it's all good. Have a wonderful week. Thank you so much, Christy, and that's good information to have. Yeah, I saw that they use those kind of mini drills or the micro drills. They almost remind me of the sparklers for squares from DP with sparklers. It's a smaller round. It's 2.5 millimeters. I'd be curious to know what the sizing is of those smaller drills from Diamond Dots, and if they'd ever release them a la carte, like if they fit on a square canvas. That might be pretty cool. I think that was everything, and that was color. What was that? That was 890. There was just a couple of those. And then these are symbol 3s. I missed those in my first go around, so we're gonna have to do those. But thank you so much for the information, Christy. I appreciate it. Tammy Kirby 6926, in regards to my responding to your comments part 5. Thank you for the considerate responses and information. I'm happily sitting on the fence on this subject as I like to see room for both. I have new insights for and against from this video talking about AI artwork, and I truly appreciate the balance. Of course, that's what I hope people glean from that, is just a little bit more of a different perspective, find some balance in creating opinions, and once again, whatever your opinion is, wherever you decide to land on it, it's engage. If you so choose to engage with artists that utilize AI art tools in the social space, that you do it with some kindness and respect for them, not only as people but as artists. So yeah. In regards to my finish and review of Beyond Good and Evil, Bev Jones said, very nice canvas and very imaginative scape, thought-provoking, and for the detail, excellently rendered. Nicely done. Looking forward to the sister painting. Thank you for sharing. Peace and love abide with you. You as well. Thank you so much, Bev. Yeah, I love how that rendering turned out. Jade did an incredible job, so it's even more of a kick in the butt to get that other kit going so I can have them together. Uh-oh. Let me see what he's barking at. 1 second. It was just Amazon. We are good to go. What's going on, buddy? What are you barking at? Okay. So thank you so much, Bev. I appreciate it. Cheryl941, in regards to that same finish and review, said, just wow. Yeah, I know. I love it. Thank you so much. Catherine Hauserman, in regards to unboxing of The Secret Temple by Image World and Diamond Art Club, said maybe some 3865 fairy dust for the mountain when the sun hits the snow. Yeah, I had mentioned that I wanted something for that kit to enhance 3865. Do I have that in this kit? I do not. Let me see if I have it in my stash. 3865. I do not have it in squares. Let me see. I just want to see what color that is. No, that's not going to be there. 3865. Oh, okay. So it's like an ivory. It's like an ivory. Yeah, that would actually look really good in fairy dust. I'll have to take a look at that kit again when I go to kit it up. But yeah, I would be curious to see how that would churn out. So yeah, great suggestion. And I will have to remember that when I go to kit that up. Thank you, Catherine. In regards to the finish and review of Beyond Good and Evil, sticking with Diamonds 9529 said stunning. Thank you so much. And then going back to the unboxing of Secret Temple, Sarah Barden 4135 said, that's going to be gorgeous. I need to pick this kit up. Thanks for sharing. Of course, thank you so much for watching. It's a really cool kit. Super technical looking, lots of detail. So rendering is going to be super important with that one. And it looked good. It looked really good. 18. So I'm working on DMC 700 now. Just a few of these guys. This is another color that I really like. It's just like a kind of shamrock, bright green, true green, and I love working with it for some reason. Let's go ahead and get that down here. Okay. Danielle Pritchard, 6478, in regards to that same unboxing, said, I'm actually doing this one now and it's huge. Yes, it's so big and there's so much like confetti and detail. You have to give us a status update. It's only been a few days from your comment, since your comment, but you'll have to let us know how things are going for you, because I feel like that one's going to be an undertaking and a half. Okay. I think that's all those. Okay, great. In regards to my finish and review of Beyond Good and Evil, Alicia T61 said, wow, that about sums it up. Gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Would love to see it again once you have the edges all painted. Okay, cool. I will take a picture of it once I hang it in the new place when I move. It is, the borders are all painted. It's ready to go. It's just sitting in the closet waiting to be moved. So as soon as I move and get it hung up, I'll take a picture of it and I'll include it in a future video. Remind me if you don't see it by like the end of February. Just say, hey, where's Beyond Good and Evil? And I'll make sure to include it. Same video, that finish, Hannah from Iterations Craft, which was the artist for that piece, said it came out fantastic. The colors are so vibrant. I love it. Well, yeah, of course. Well, it's your artwork. You better love it. I'm working on DMC 562 now. Yeah, thank you so much, Hannah. You know how much I love your artwork, and yeah, so I don't even need to go into that. You were amazing. That piece was incredible. I would work on it again, so thank you so much. Lenka Lechat said, in regards to my most recent stash video, they said, just discovered you through my feeds. Yay, thank you. How did I not know of your channel? I don't know, but welcome. I absolutely love your taste, and you also love Muka. Say no more. So happy I found you. I will be keeping an eye out on you. Thank you for sharing the stash, and I wish you all the best with your move and the new year, of course. Love from Belgium. Thank you so much for stumbling upon my channel, and welcome to the little group that we've got going on here of crafty folks and other folks, and I've got some family members on here too and all sorts of stuff. So you are welcome to join in on the fun, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the videos. There's plenty to go back and watch if you so choose. So okay, so here's where I have a tough time with this kit. It's gonna be even harder now that it's upside down. I just have to think of it. So we have lowercase h and uppercase h all bunched up together. And for whatever reason, the symbol printing on the lower h, did I say lower h case? I meant lowercase h and uppercase h. The symbol printing on the lowercase h is just a little blurry, and it's something that I'll mention in my finish and review of this. And that and the uppercase H are very similar colors, so it's hard to tell which one has an extra line on it to make it uppercase and which ones don't. And so I almost have to not pay attention to the actual symbol that's printed and pay more attention to the color. The uppercase H color is ever so slightly more of an aqua, whereas the lowercase h, which we're working on right now, and that's color 562, is a little bit more minty. And if your eyes aren't that good at differentiating fine differences in color like that, I could see this being the one part of this kit that is kind of a pain. And to be honest, I'm sure there has been times where I've placed one instead of the other, but they're very close in color. I'll show you. Let me just place one more. So this is one color, and then this is the other. So this definitely has, is that right? Yeah, so this is a little bit brighter, and this is a little bit deeper, but on the canvas, it's hard to tell. So this is the one area of this kit that my eyes get fussy with, but I just do my best, and I'm like, okay, if I place a couple wrong, it's not going to completely throw off the image. I think I'm doing a decent job of identifying. I can kind of differentiate the two colors. And if I get really close to the canvas, which I won't do because you'll see my big old head in the way, I can kind of be like, ah, okay, that one's lowercase and that one's uppercase. So I just do the best that I can, but it's these two symbols on this whole kit where I'm like, come on. I think all of this is lowercase. There's just a couple uppercase through here. So just have to be mindful. But anyway, okay, we're still filming. Good. Mia's Life with KFS in regards to my responding to your comments part 5 said, thank you, Anthony. I learned a lot from both this, but also the original video about AI. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you took some good information away. Lissa Marie FY, in regards to my stash video, said, nice collection. Be a good son and do the one for your mother first, Amethyst. You'll be very happy you did, and so will your mom. Yes, I know she will be. I will get to that. Oh my gosh, I've got so many. I've got 5 WIPs going right now, and then I have 7 canvases that are kitted up, not started. And I'm almost at maxing out the amount of storage I have. I have a few containers left that I could kit up into, but I don't think I have one big enough for Amethyst. But I'll try. I'll try to get there soon. Maybe that needs to end up being a birthday gift for Ma'am. That'll give me some time to actually get it done. We'll see. But I do want to work on that, and I have yet to work on an Enablers Outpost canvas. That's my only one that I have in my stash. And I do want to test out their product, so I might have to make that a priority. Ugh, so many kits to get up. But thank you so much for the comment. EV Doodles, in regards to my unboxing of Secret Temple, said DP with Sparklers has a full enhancement kit for this. It is pricey. One thing I do know I will be enhancing on this one is the Buddha in the center of the temple. I have leftover diamond painting with Sparklers, metallic sparklers in a gold color. Color is Sunshine that I could use if I don't go for the full kit. Oh, that's really good. That's a really good idea. Yeah. Yeah, those gold sparklers for squares are really nice. I'm not sure if that's what they are, the sparklers for squares or not, but those are really nice. I'm using those in Astronomer. And yeah, I did take a look and see that enhancement kit after your comment. I went ahead and took a look on DP with Sparklers, and it is pricey, but if it's a kit that you really love and you're going to display and you want to put some extra effort into, I think it's totally worth it. For me, when it comes to those enhancement kits, I think they're very useful and they make enhancement a lot easier because, Tmaw's just telling you put this here, put this here. But I tend to prefer the sparklers, the glass drills, more than anything else on their site. Not to say the other stuff isn't awesome. They've got the glitter drills and, all sorts of awesome stuff. And I do purchase some of that from time to time. But my favorite products from that site are the glass, either sparklers or sparklers for squares. Sorry, I'm working with DMC 3816 right now. And a lot of those pre-done enhancement kits will have like crystal drills in them. The square crystal drills or metallics and the ones that aren't the glass sparklers. And so while I think they probably would look amazing, I would prefer just to use all glass drills for my enhancements. So I like those enhancement kits, and I'm probably going to get one just to see how it all turns out. I just don't know which kit I'd get them for yet. But for right now, I just kind of buy them a la carte because I would rather do all glass than have some of the crystals and stuff. But one of these days I'll pick a kit just so I can say I tried it and see if I like it more or less or, that type of thing. So I don't know if it'll be Secret Temple, though. We'll see. Same video, Secret Temple unboxing. Becky L306 said, "Fan freaking tabulous. That's a beauty." Yes, it is a gorgeous image. And thank you so much for the comment. Same video, Susan Regoza 6544 said, "Gorgeous canvas. I'm going to take a month of... It's going to take a month of Sundays to finish this one, but so beautiful." Yes, it's going to be a time-intensive project. Tiffany Archer 6621, in regards to my responding to your comments part 4 video, said, "I would buy a machine that would complete the paintings for me solely for the round kits I have." I think I mentioned that it would be so cool to have like something called an auto placer or an auto daughter, where you just feed the canvas into it and load it up with the drills, and it just has like a sewing machine arm that's like bing 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 bing. They're all done. Here you go. But yeah, I mentioned that maybe I'll invent that someday. But yeah, that would be a cool machine. So we've got one customer. Hartana said, in regards to my responding to your comments part 5, that was in that AI art topic. "Thanks, Anthony, for having a real conversation surrounding this topic. I think making a video like this really does allow for a more in-depth look at this issue and doesn't feel like an attack like some comment sections can turn into. I'm really curious as to what will happen when more government regulations are put into place and how they will draw the lines regarding copyright." Yeah, I'm really curious about how that'll work too. I mean, we have seen some lawsuits and claims against some of these AI tools come up, and the vast majority of them get shot down. There is a particular case that is getting pushed through, but it was, from what I understand, heavily modified, like their actual claim, because at the end of the day, when the courts are asking these artists to say, "Okay, tell me exactly where in these pieces your artwork is. Like, is it here in this cloud? Is it here in this tree?" And if they can't identify where the AI tool drew from, at whatever point drew from their specific artwork to create its original piece, then there really isn't a claim to be had. So I think there might be something that comes down along the lines of what artwork is being used to train the tool. There might be some regulation around that, or like software creators have to get permission from artists to use their artwork to train the tool. But I honestly don't know. It's so up in the air, and from what we've seen so far, it's heavily leaning towards there not being the need for regulations around this. And that's where I personally think it's going to go, is that there isn't and there won't be. So yeah. They timestamped to where I got to Hartana's previous comment. Just got to my comment. I think it really is just the style that comes out of it. A lot of it, it's hard to tell from digital art, but I guess some of it just feels more cartoonish. I agree. I'm not sure how to explain it, but like you said, it just seems off. I have bought one by Au Claire Studios from DAC, Journey in the Dark, and from what I've seen in posts, it seems like they use AI art. I don't have a problem buying it. I just have to really like it, just like I like anything else. Yeah, exactly. Now I want to look at Au Claire Studios. I've never... Is that Diamond Art Club? Claire Studios. It is Diamond Art Club. Let's see. Sorry, just looking this up. I'm not familiar. Ah, okay, yeah. So they do like the Aquarius Taurus series. There's one called In Charge too. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Oh, there's a whole bunch. Okay, cool. Now what I want to see is, yeah, they do use it. You're right. So I'm just reading straight off of Diamond Art Club's profile on them. Au Claire Studio is a collective group of international artists who constantly push creative boundaries through new techniques and technologies. Their artists use a mix of traditional mediums and digital art tools, including AI. So yeah, they do. So another AI, a group of artists that use AI as a tool coming into the space, and getting licensed through Diamond Art Club, and I know those images to be pretty popular. I've seen a couple of them now that I'm looking at them. So yeah. So a little off topic of AI, but in line with copyright, and one thing that irritates me about diamond painting communities is cover minders and other items. People complain about stolen artwork, but then buy all of these cover minders that are obviously someone else's artwork that was printed on plastic, like all of the Disney ones, but don't you dare buy any unlicensed Disney diamond paintings. And an artist I follow, Dragons and Beasties, I see their artwork as cover minders all the time on Etsy and other stores. I just don't understand the double standard of why it's okay, but buying a canvas isn't. So I only buy licensed canvases, but this has always just sat bad with me when I watch some unboxings. Sorry, just need to get that off my chest. No, I completely understand. I purchased one cover minder that was a Bob's Burgers cover minder, and then that's the exact same thought I had, was like, wait a minute, doesn't this need to be licensed? It's like literally just a screenshot. It's a Bob's Burgers image. Like, doesn't Fox need to license this? So that made me stop buying anything that's like referencing TV shows or anything like that. Like, I just want, like, if I'm going to get a cover minder, I just want it to be like indiscriminate, bear, indiscriminate Fox. It's not like from like a specific intellectual property or anything like that. Because I've seen like Seinfeld cover minders and like, what is that book series that everyone's freaking out about? Is like Akotar or something like that. I've seen cover minders made of some of that stuff, and then I've seen like fan art. I guess fan art's a little bit different, but like the direct, like, this is Mickey and Minnie, or this is the Friends characters. That stuff always kind of weirds me out, and I don't buy that. But I completely get it, where it's like, well, why is it okay here but not here? I agree. I completely agree. J-Ping Sue said, in regards to my vlog episode 89, Apollo's such a good boy. He heard you say you wanted to do some strength training, so he's making you get some arm work. Oh my gosh, he loves giving me an arm workout and a hip workout. They also said, in regards to my responding to your comments, part 5, the AI discussion is really fascinating from an art history perspective. The more I hear opinions on it, the more it makes me think about the Dada movement and how divisive it was too. This was super interesting. This was a super interesting art movement if you're unfamiliar. I was not familiar, and I'm still not familiar, but I tried doing a cursory search of that while I was eating lunch when you sent that comment, and I just started scrolling through like the Wikipedia version. So I need to learn more. I need to put that on my list to do a deeper dive, but it did seem really interesting. I just was to be honest, I was more engaged in, I think, my food than I was reading the article. You know how you like passively read something while you're having a meal and it doesn't really stick with you. It's just like something to do. That's kind of what I did, but I need to be more intentional about looking that up. And if you want to provide a brief synopsis on the topic and think it might be useful as a good example for us as a group to talk about, then please share. Please share. All right. We're getting there. Oh my goodness. Lots of comments. I love it. On my unboxing of Secret Temple, Lisa Noof said, this image is gorgeous. I have it on my wish list, but I think the size and confetti may be a little overwhelming. I have a lot of large kits now, so I'm trying to go a bit smaller, but I really love this image. Yeah, I love it too, and it's a big one. So yeah, you gotta be committed to the large canvases to add yet another one like that into your stash. So I totally see that. I try to keep a good mix, a mix of small and large in my stash. I didn't mention to you the last couple of colors. I am so sorry. We did 911, I think was the last one that we did. Yeah. And then this is just filling in some stuff that I missed previously, so I already talked about these colors. I've got one more drill to put down, so let's get through these comments. Manx Arts and Crafts, in regards to my finish and review of Beyond Good and Evil, said, turned out fantastic. Thank you so much. Golden Teleport 9342 said, in regards to my unboxing of Secret Temple, said, I saw this on Wish, ? Yes, you did. You did see this image on Wish for sure. So I saw that comment a couple of days ago and I was like, let me see if I can find it. So I typed in Asian theming, hidden Secret Temple on Wish. on their website, and I found this, and I sent a link to myself so I could share it with everyone. This is an example of stolen artwork. So we're not talking about an AI image that was created in the style of Secret Temple by Image World. It's literally Secret Temple by Image World. They must have ripped it from wherever they could find it, wherever this seller found it, pulled it off of another website and created and selling it as their own on their own diamond painting shop. So that is artwork theft, and it is something that I am hugely against. And so I will put in screenshots. It is out there. A couple of things that I noticed is their version, it's very highly saturated as compared to the original artwork. So I'd be really curious to see how that turns out as a diamond painting. They messed with the saturation of the image, it looks like. And I don't know if that's to help get rid of any watermarks that either the artist or Diamond Art Club put on the image. I don't know what the reason for that is, but they were able to get rid of some of the watermarks, at least from what I could see. And they're selling it as their own. And, it's a red flag, like I said, when you see an image and you don't have an artist listed. That's a red flag for me. So they're not listing that it's from Image World, nothing like that. They just, whoever this seller is, just took the image. So I'll put an example of that. You can see that they offer it in both round and square and all these different sizes. I think one of the sizes was like 20 by 30. And I'm like, you're going to try to tell me that you're going to take this highly detailed image and you're going to shrink it down to a 20 by 30 and it's going to look any like remotely close to the original image. Like, show me how you can take Secret Temple, gorgeous detail, and shrink it down that small, and I'm going to be able to discern anything on that kit. I'm not going to be able to see the birds. I'm not going to see the bridge. I'm not going to see the Buddha. I'm not going to see it. Like, it's all just going to look like it's going to look like a canvas of just jumbled nonsense with just a bunch of colors on it. So much so that I'm thinking about doing a expectation versus reality video where I order this kit from whoever this seller is. I never want to support sellers like this, but for the purpose of proving to people the like how it actually looks, what the outcome is if you try to go down that route. I understand wanting, if you're on a budget, you can't afford it. What I don't understand, like, I understand it and I don't. Like, find an image that isn't Secret Temple by Image World to work on. There's plenty of stock images if you have to go down that route. But if you did decide, forget it, I don't care about, giving credit to the original artist or making sure that they're paid for the work that's being sold, their work that's being resold. I don't care about that. I just want the cheapest version of this image that I saw on Diamond Art Club. So I'm just going to take it from somewhere else. Fine. If that's your prerogative, fine. Don't agree with it, but fine. So let's say you do that and you go on this website and you see, oh, there's a 20 by 30 version of this and it's $4.50. I'm going to be walking out of here with an extra $50 in my pocket. Take that, Diamond Art Club, and you get that image. And I know this is not the majority of folks. Like, what you're getting yourself into when you go this route. But if you don't, or your expectation is that you're going to have a similar quality product at the end of the day, I want to get this smallest size and square and work it up alongside the actual legally licensed Diamond Art Club Secret Temple and really show people, like, this is the difference in quality and clarity. Like, this is where your money goes when you decide to purchase from a company like Diamond Art Club that's legally licensing their images, has people hand rendering all of their images. That money is put into some really important places in terms of a finished product. So I'm thinking I might get this just to show, like, let's just be real and honest with ourselves. It's not apples for apples. I think they go up to like a 50 by 60 or a 50 by 70 for this canvas. But I think a lot of people, when they go to shops like Wish, they're budget conscious, or a lot of times you are budget conscious, and as am I. But you see that $4 amount and you're like, yep, there's the picture on the screen that I want. I can get it for as cheap as, or as inexpensive as $4. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to walk away. Some people might think they're going to be walking away with a 1-for-1 to the Diamond Art Club kit, and it's just not at all the truth. Even at that biggest size, there's just no way. So I don't know, maybe I'll buy it in multiple sizes and do them all. I don't know. I think this image would be an excellent exploration into this topic because it's so detailed, and it really is going to require some hand charting, and it's going to require the attention that Diamond Art Club and their team will give it, and the time that they'll give this image. Whereas so 549 on Wish doesn't, there's just no way. There's just no way. So I think this is a really good image. If I was to do a comparison video like that, this is kind of the perfect image to do because it's tough. It's tough. Even a bigger shop that does, that does legitimately license would probably have a hard time or a more challenging time hand rendering that. And so I'm really curious. So yeah, Golden Teleport, you may have triggered me to go down a road that I never thought I would go down, but I may be buying that secret temple off of Wish to prove a point. Okay, Bella Luna, talking about my vlog episode 91, said, my son bought me 2 kits from Make Market. One is puppies and stockings and the other is a snowman. The drills on those are very different from DAC. I just love your Apollo walks. Oh, that's awesome. I want to try some Make Market kits. I just haven't found any images that call to me from Make Market. But another idea that I've had recently is potentially doing a crystal conversion, so converting a square drill canvas into using all sparklers for squares. And I think some of those images that Make Market uses might be good candidates for that, so I'll have to keep that in mind. Thank you for the comment. Miller Thyme Mama, I think, said, in regards to my finish of Good and Evil, said absolutely stunning. I really enjoyed your synopsis of the kit. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Jamie Plans, in regards to my diamond painting stash video, my most recent one, said, I did Sleepy and Grumpy Garfield and it turned out perfectly. Absolutely loved it. People are really supporting Sleepy and Grumpy Cat. I shouldn't have sounded so disinterested with that kit. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put I had a few trash drills in this section, so I'm just going to pop those in here. Here's my trash drills so far for this kit. So a decent amount, but not crazy. So yeah. Caitlin Janelle 9967, in regards to my responding to your comments part 4, said, I love these videos. Thanks for sharing. Of course. Thanks for watching. Jessica Allard said, in regards to my finish of Beyond Good and Evil, this turned out looking stunning. Question, why did you choose to have it done as a mystery kit? That's a good question. I don't have a specific answer for you other than Jade had never done a mystery kit before. Jaded Gem Shop had never produced a mystery kit before, and I asked her if that's something that her manufacturer could do, and she said yes, they could. And so that was the very first mystery kit that was ever produced. So it mainly came out of me just wondering, and then I think Jade wanted to see what the mystery kits would look like from her manufacturer. So she ordered it. She asked if she could take a look at it before she sent it to me. And it turned out really, really good. So I think it was kind of mutually beneficial, so she could kind of see what mystery, a kit without colors printed on it would look from her manufacturer. And I got to get a really cool canvas. So it really wasn't anything other than based out of curiosity. And I had never done a mystery kit before. So I was like, hey, I'm fine ordering it as that if it helps you see what it looks like from your shop or from your manufacturer, and I get a cool mystery kit out of it. So I did know what the image was the whole time. You know, I had hand selected it as a custom, but I just thought it would be a fun thing to mix mix it up a little bit. And I love those. I loved that mystery kit. I have an idea for another type of mystery kit that I've been wondering if it would be possible to do. So I need to write Jade. Before I share it with everyone, I'm going to see if I can write Jade and be like, is this something you could do? And maybe this might be a whole new thing. So I love trying to come up with these like never been done before ideas and then sprinkling the seeds around and see who will pick them up. But Jade's good. Jade. I wasn't. I didn't come up with the idea of mystery kits, but I just was like, oh, could you do a mystery kit? Because I've only really ever seen them from like a couple shops, and she got it done. So, and now I know that mystery kits are very popular on her site, so that's really cool. I'm sure she already had something in the works, but maybe my specific request was like, all right, let's do it. So, anyway. Jessica Allard also said in regards to my most recent vlog, I think it is episode 91, said, ooh, I wondered if you may like Princess Mononoke because it's definitely a bit darker than the other Ghibli movies. I remember once you said you prefer anime a little darker. I love any and all anime unless it's too dark or too much body horror. I'm looking at you, Made in Abyss. I've never heard of that one. Do you have any favorites? And the way you describe walking with Apollo sounds like what happens when I walk my dog. He needs to collect all the sniffs, every single one. Yes, Apollo is such a sniffy little boy, which we're gonna have to go on a walk here shortly. As far as anime goes, I like some pretty gruesome stuff here and there. And I like weird things. Let me pull up, I'm just going to give you a couple because it'll take me forever to remember them all. There is one called One Punch Man. That's one that I really like. One Punch Man is a good one. There's another one with a wall. I forget. It's called, I think it's Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan. Yes, I like that one. Attack on Titan. That one's pretty gruesome. Not that that's the only reason I watch it. It's a good anime, but just be mindful. There's another one called Chainsaw Man that I really like. That one, be careful. That's blood on blood on blood. You can tell by the title. But that one I really like. And then there's another one recently that I've been watching that isn't super bloody. It's just kind of weird and interesting. Oh my gosh, what is it called? If I could text right now, I'd text my buddy Joe, who's going to be my future roommate. He's the one that got me turned on to it. But essentially, it's this group of people that crash land on a mysterious planet. They know about the planet, but they weren't planning on crash landing there and staying there for a long period of time. So it's more of like a survival anime, and it kind of has a different anime style and look to it. It's a little bit more like kind of gives me Johnny Quest kind of animation. But I really like it. Oh my gosh, what is it called? I call it my Alchemist. It's not that anime, but I call it the Alchemist anime because they're always concocting different, like, we'll squeeze this frog alien and he burps something, which we can add that burp to this and create this whole new thing. Or they'll take another animal and like hit it a certain way and it inflates so they can like float out like a hot air balloon. It's all these weird, wacky little things that they do with these different plants and animals on this planet. I just find it very interesting and kind of strange. But yeah, I'd say those are some of my top favorites. But yeah, that was the last comment. We did it. So, are we still recording? Oh my gosh, this is going to be a long video. But we got this whole section done, which is awesome. And I'm all caught up on comments from the past couple of weeks, which is extra awesome. So, let's keep it going. If you have any comments, questions on any of my videos, any content that you see on the channel, please feel free to comment, even if it's just a, hey, I'm here, hey, I saw this, and I will do my best to respond to you in these videos. These are becoming my favorite videos to film, so keep them coming. And yeah, let me know if you have any specific questions on some of my responses, anything like that. Otherwise, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Otherwise, happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye. Bye.